There we go. I'll mute my microphone as well. And Mara, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Oggy. And Stephen was there, and he just disappeared again. Mossy, good morning. Luke, good morning. How is everybody today? And how is the sunny states, Oggy?
It's cooling off a little bit right now. We're getting down into the 70s.
Down in the 70s, huh? For those people, 70s, that'll be sort of 23 degrees, 22 degrees Celsius, something like that.
Yeah, we sat in the 115, 120 for most of the summer.
Yeah. Ah, so Stephen, you got your shit sorted out yet, or what? He still hasn't got his microphone working yet. He's joined us, but yeah. Anyway, John O'Brien, good morning. How you doing? Cox Plate today, is it? Never really followed the horse racing, but yeah, good on you. The best 2 minutes. Well, I thought the Melbourne Cup was obviously the best 3. Oh, that's the 3 minutes, isn't it? Hello, Stephen. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, I'll just give you a little bit more volume. Yep, you got your headphones on this time, I guess. Yes.
Got a watermelon and some watermelon in my mouth.
Some watermelon in your mouth. Anyway, okay, let's get the show on the road. Let's quickly round up these channels and see what we can present to everybody. The channel roundup.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, Stephen the Joker here is joined us. It looks like Do More Life is still running his stream. He's running a bit late. He normally finishes before I start. Okay.
Mana's in the house. Who we got? Mossy, Licky What?
Yes, right. Marvin Wright. Yeah, okay.
Marvin Wright. Don't know Marvin, but anyway, welcome, Marvin. Welcome. What did I say? Welcome, Marvin. Welcome, Marvin.
Welcome, Marvin. Okay, so just getting the show on the road. So, like, I did the another house hunting video.
Your picture's frozen, right, Warren, on my stream. Is that any reason for that? Or?
No, it's just probably just you've pressed the pause button instead of turning the microphone off.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, better press play.
No, don't press the play. Don't press the play. Don't press. Yeah, that's it. Give it. Just turn.
That's it. Okay, back.
Good. Okay. Well, I did another house hunting thing with Chanya last week. Again, sort of checking out. There was the house around the corner, and we're going to
like the new back screen.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, it looks like you're sitting in the water.
Well, it looks like we're in the water. Yeah, this is actually last weekend. We went for a ride out to the Ban which is the reserve just south of Bangkok. But yeah, it was quite a nice ride out there. And a few people turned up. But as I said, there'll be a video for that, so we won't go into too much of that. Where's I've lost all my stuff. Okay, yeah. So the house hunting video, Maggie's journey. What did she do run up today? A ceremony in Thailand, fun making merit. Opening party with the Swedish bakery in Phuket, and of course her live stream last Sunday.
Good thing about Maggie is it doesn't matter what she talks about. You just watch it for her, don't you?
No, she's a cutie. Yeah. But I don't know why she hasn't. She's got to get more subscribers. Yeah, she's a cutie. I like Maggie. I can't wait to meet her.
Doesn't matter what she says. Is that sexist to say that?
Oh, mate, it could be, I suppose, but in this politically correct environment that we've got these days, yeah.
To be honest, I only go over there to watch her.
Anyway, so Shane Cashman, he's still running around Mackay in Australia. Fi, she's still doing her Thai videos.
Fi's another hottie.
Yeah, no time to be sad. Thailand #1 video community channel update. I haven't actually seen that one. Sunday in Thailand, happy, healthy, and he also did another one there. Reasons for living in Thailand. He's also talking about the new Thailand rig. I think we sort of mentioned that last time.
Don't worry, Mossy, I'm on medication.
Chiang Mai Thai vlog. Jocko up there, what's he doing? He's talking a walk of the nightlife in Hua Hin. Yeah, there's not much of that goes on there, but he's doing a nightlife in Hua Hin. Good on him. David Daly, he's still back in Manila. Fun for Emily, he's over in Vietnam still. Was it his $400 per month Vietnam apartment tour? Bangkok travel, river fishing in the rural Thailand. He does a bit of a fishing thingy.
For the Cox Plate, I think Farlap's going to win it.
Farlap? Okay.
I think Farlap will win.
I thought Farlap was the horse that died a few years ago.
Has it fucking died?
Died of old age, didn't it? I don't know.
Oh, shit, I put £100 on there.
He said,
Bastards have tricked me again.
and John
Moving over to Seattle soon.
And John did a what do you call it, a Sony DSC WX500. I think it looks like an unboxing or his points of view on that camera. Foreigner Joe, Bangkok suburbs. He did a video on a property up near up in where is it? What's the amphora above us? Not Pratunthani, Northambuddy, I think it was, Northambuddy.
Just make it up, nobody will know.
I have trouble sort of saying the names. Bangkok travel, Bangkok Direction Bangkok. He does his 5-year driver's license renewal process and the steps he went through with that. Then Dan, for some reason,
I haven't watched Fun with Emily for a while. You met up with him, didn't you, at the Down Under Bar?
Yeah, we caught up with him at the Down Under Bar a little while back. Yeah, we're sitting looking at each other. We know each other. We know each other. We just didn't know each other in person. It was quite funny.
He comes across as a really nice guy.
He's a really fun bloke. Yeah, he's a nice bloke. Obviously, I think German or Dutch origin. But he's
taller. Who's taller, you or him?
I think I'm slightly taller, but we sat down most of the time, so it's a bit of a fuzzy thing now. Anyway,
That makes sense because he says he looks up to you.
So there's Dan, he's out and about on the river in Jontium looking at some condos. Isa Thai, again, live streaming yoga. I'm expecting her to get some pretty good views out of that thing, but she's not getting it. Like, Thai girls in leotards, you really can't go past it. Come on, guys.
Thai girls in leotards.
Yeah. She's obviously not.
I've been messaging.
Go on.
I've been messaging Isa Thai lately, making her laugh a bit. She's been funny. All the pictures I send to you guys, I've been sending to her.
Good. Yeah, she's a lovely girl.
She's having a good laugh.
Yeah, but I don't know why she's obviously not promoting her leotard videos. Get all those young hot-blooded Americans out there looking at ties and leotards.
Oh yeah.
John asked that Jim Andrews, he did a live stream walk around, or video in Hall in there. Where else is that foreign bloke? Again, more. Was a random stuff. Salted egg questions.
Dan about Thailand. He's the British guy, isn't he?
He's the guy that is affiliated with the Inspire magazines and Inspire Bangkok, Inspire Hall.
Pretty well spoken.
Yeah, he's also involved with the national, the nation multimedia circus, and also involved with Thai Visa. He's one of the sort of he's sort of in there in that.
Okay, so he comes across quite polished and sort of
Yeah, well, he works in the media industry. He actually sort of that's part of his vocation here. So yeah, he hasn't got a big channel following on the YouTube, but overall, he's actually doing a seminar in November. I think I posted it on my Facebook, or it was posted on Facebook there in my group. He's got a seminar coming up on how to leverage, the whole what they call social media platform to engage your audience. So it should be quite good. It's 1,500 baht to attend, and probably a good shoulder rubbing exercise. I'm thinking of going along. Yeah. I've been meaning to catch up with him and say hello and sort of, probably, get a few words with him and probably bump his channel a bit. There's a bit more of a, cross pollination.
The one you want to run into is Mark Weems and sort of get him to promote you a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not a foodie, so I don't think that'll ever happen.
See, he used to live next to Thailand Unplugged.
Did he? Yeah, well...
yeah, not far from him. It's not hard to find him. You're probably down the street from him. You don't know it.
Well, no, he's on the other side of Bangkok. There's Colin over there, Colin in Thailand, how to renew the British passport in Thailand. For those British people living here, might be handy to watch, go through his steps and what he had to go through. Brian's Thailand.
You'd open up Jimmy Andrews. He's quite funny.
Yeah, I did. I just did Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy Andrews before.
Yeah, okay. Skipped over him. Okay,
no, I just skipped. He just did a live stream. We covered him on Tuesday, one day, but he did a live.
Okay.
He did a live stream down in Hua Hin there.
Right. So vloggers, there's heaps of them. Jeez.
Brian's Thailand building, so still on his building project there. So we got to go. So we got watching Brian building his house, obviously on video. We've also got my mate Rob down in Chaham going through his build, but he's not doing videos. Well, actually, he's doing video clips, but on his YouTube, on his Facebook.
And Simon Landis Miles is doing his builds.
Yeah, Simon's doing. So I haven't sort of caught up with Simon about promoting his channel yet. So I'm waiting for him to reach out. Of course, he's a bigger channel, so he should be reaching out this way rather than me sort of trying to reach out to him. That's an ethics sort of thing,
I don't know anything about that. So.
You don't know anything about ethics. Live Travel Asia. What was his latest?
If you don't have any ethics.
The ultimate musty. Morals or ethics.
Having ethics makes it it's also messy and fucking confusing.
Ultimate must-eat street food, braised pig feet. Yeah, no. That's a definite no. Sorry. The best.
Brian's Thailand, yeah, Brian.
The best street food place in Bangkok, Chinatown. It's a couple of videos from Ethan this week. NDTVI. He does cheap hotel rooms and 80 baht meals.
He does some good videos.
Yep. And he like the one before that there, Longhorn Steakhouse. Looks like somebody's trying to do a Mark Weems impression there.
Oh, really?
with Rodders. It'll come up on the screen in a second for you. There it is there. Okay, Big Fat Bestie. Oh, he's had some health problems. He got a dose of food poisoning when he came over. Really, sort of not lucky for him. I think he spent 4 or 5 days in bed. Poor guy, It's trouble when you come over here and you get hit with that shit. Oh, really?
If you get food poisoning or the flu, you can be out for weeks.
Well, basically, I think it's with 4 or 5 days he's been laid up for, and so all his plans have been sort of ruined, because he's one of these guys that has everything booked day after day and after day. You know what I mean?
Big sick bestie now, not big fat bestie.
Anyway, he did manage to get out and do some Terminal 21 and some dining and some shopping.
Do they have a Terminal 21 in Bangkok?
They do, yeah. I've been there a couple of times, yeah.
Is it any good or not?
Well, it's handy. It's just on Asok there. I've been there a few. Did I say it right for you this time? Asok?
Again?
Asok?
No, you're still not there.
Oh, yeah. Tell everybody
how to more speech therapy needed.
God, you give me a hard time. You really do.
You've gone from ASOC to ASOC.
ASOC. Yeah. Anyway, tell me.
I don't know how to say it anymore. You've ruined it for me. Butchered it.
Well, anyway, so we do have a Terminal 21. It's at Asok there, just the Asok station and Sukhumvit on the MRT line. Scotsman in Asia, g'day. How you doing? D3, g'day. Tommy Crush, I think I missed you. Her yoga was great. Yeah, I thought that was all right. Yeah, lovely Thai girls.
Guys.
Lovely Thai girls in leotards. We can't go wrong.
It's a leotard.
It's tight clothing, you know.
Like a bikini.
Yeah, well, it's not bikini. You don't see skin. It's a leotard. You know, you see skin on the feet and hands, but it's a leotard.
Yes.
Spandex, yeah.
Index.
Yeah.
It's like a bikini.
Skin tight. Skin tight is how you'd like it.
Ah, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the one-piece bathing suit.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. Yeah. So
It's
spandex.
really, and it's sort of, you can see through it.
Well, you can't see through it. She's being modest, but you know you can get to see all her curves. Anyway, moving on.
Do you prefer one piece or two piece? Allowed to say that now?
I don't know. This sounds like it could be politically incorrect these days. Seriously.
Two-piece bathing suit or a one-piece bathing suit? That's against the rules, is it?
I think it's a bikini or a bathing suit. Bikinis or bathing suits. I think that's the difference these days. It's
Do you
politically
like
correct.
budgie smugglers or do you like board shorts?
Budgie smugglers, they should be outlawed.
Actually, when you're over 50, that's terrible. Isn't it?
Oh, I know. When I used to, swim, I used to have budgie smugglers in my younger days. That was when I was taut, trim and terrific, not with a beer gut. Or my one-pack keg, not the six-pack.
Nah, it's all downhill now.
That's
It's all
it.
downhill. You got to draw them on, or wear that funny singlet you had with the abs on it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Sarah, this is an interesting one. There, she's obviously doing the Thai language, but she's doing it in an interesting way. Obviously, using a Thai song and sort of going through, because sometimes singing songs is a better way to actually sort of help with your pronunciation of the language.
Yeah.
So definitely worth checking that one out.
I've requested her to do a video on body parts.
Have you? What, with Sarah?
Yeah.
Have you? Really?
You do it. Can you do a lesson on body parts? And can you use visuals?
Right. Anyway, so I have actually sort of managed to catch up with her on Facebook, and we're going to plan a sort of a get together and do a collab in the near future. So that's something to look forward to.
You know everyone, Warren. You know everyone.
Do I? I don't know everybody really.
Sarah, Maggie, what's going on?
It's all right. Just keeping my girl, my girl on her toes. keeping keeping Chanya jealous.
Oh, when she finds out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be in the doghouse.
Your shout when I get there if you don't want it to know.
Okay.
Or you'll be spending all your nights at the Down Under bar.
Yeah, anyway, Ian does an Insta 360 review there. What else have we got? Andy Wright.
Right.
Morning in Pattaya. Was it a live stream? Yeah, streaming. Yeah, live stream. Is he actually back
In Pattaya, is he?
I don't know. Is he back in the country? I really
I
can't.
don't know.
tell.
I never watch his channel that much, but
Yeah. He hasn't mentioned anything. Outboard. I think he needs to find a different thumbnail. I think, but
just look at his phone number. Outboard. I'm watching Thai Sarah.
Roland.
The screen hasn't caught up with me. Okay.
there it is. Roland. Anyways, another farm update there from Roland. Serena.
Life on the farm.
She's a ladyboy visit Amsterdam, so she's still covering off her Amsterdam visit, and that was, I think, she's back in the country. I got a friend of mine coming over, I think next week from the States. He's heading down to Phuket. He's meeting up with her.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
It's all happening. It's now getting into the high season.
As Bill Laurie would say, it's all happening.
Yeah, Thai girl gift. Thai girl's sister spending the day at Chatuchak. So there you go. She does a Chatuchak walk around.
Apparently she does some good videos too.
20 seconds. What did he just currently release? Happy birthday to my sister. How do you say You?
Nice.
Yeah.
Family.
Not his real sister. It's like it's brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters in Thailand. Okay.
Yeah, we're all connected.
We're all connected. Yeah, we're all human beings.
We all have the same other.
We're all made of carbon compounds from the sun.
That's it. Steady on, Warren. Steady on.
That's too scientific, is it? Oh my God. RUXP4. There we go. He does a hotel review. That was back in in Pattaya. So he's back in Pattaya now. So he's back off his Cambodia trip. This is all his backlog videos. He's still back in the States.
Warren, what I'm seeing, mine hasn't caught up with where
Yes,
you
right.
are at. So
there it is.
I don't know.
So,
No, I mean, but that's all right.
should have done by now.
Might be a delay.
I'm-
It might be a delay here.
Okay, well, okay. I'm just going to click on it now. So click on it now.
I know what everybody
Thai-tastic.
else
So
is
1,
seeing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Boy.
9, 10. So it's a 10-second delay I'm seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's making it a bit hard to follow for me, but maybe others I don't know. But
Yeah. Anyway,
it's okay. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. We'll catch up.
And
We can hear your voice anyway.
well, that's the thing. That's the only problem. The only way I could do is better by doing by Zoom. But I think the whole idea is, people are doing Zoom or they're doing the stream or the StreamYard or whatever. But I just decided I think people just want to just come on and talk. That not everybody wants to have their face on camera and all that sort of shit.
It's true. That's true.
Anyway, so Thai-tastic, there's an upload from him he hasn't done anything for quite a while, for a couple of weeks ago.
Tommy Crush said about, I think he's talking about Eddie Wright. He said, yeah, he's in Pattaya live streaming with Alfie Bob.
Alfie Bob. I'm not sure I know Alfie Bob.
Don't know all that,
Jim
but,
Barr,
yeah.
good afternoon. So it's Thailand Ultra HD drone footage. So some drone footage there from Thai-tastic. And last but not least, a Banana King channel tech review. Looks like he's doing some sort of camera tech review update. I haven't checked that one out. Anyway, so there we go. That's a channel roundup for this week.
Very good. Very good.
Get rid of that stuff. Okay, so I thought we might do a motorcycle ride while we chat. What do you think?
Yes, put one on. Have you sitting in the traffic if you can.
Well, we start out in traffic. We're going west in this one.
All right.
I will go for a smaller format again. No, I'm not going to sit on the motorcycle for you. Okay, and we'll hit the play button and go full screen.
Oh, somebody said, Luke said, what happened to Jeff Carter?
Jeff Carter, again, he's not really involved in my thing right now. Jeff Carter's really, again, he's a big channel. If he wants me to review his channel, he's going to have to reach out, that's all. I'm not going to chase up. I don't want to be seen to be sort of going to these big channels and trying to spruik, my channel because I'm associated with Jim Carter or, get the idea. It's
And Tube says, what happened to Johnny? There's something in Thailand. The same answer, I would presume.
Same answer. Like, these are big channels. Sure, I will cover them in the roundup, but they have to reach out. I don't want to be seen to be leveraging my channel based on association with these big channels. I'm trying to grow my channel naturally and organically without really that assistance. And people get the wrong idea,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. You can't be covering all of them anyway.
But yes, they're always welcome to sort of reach out and say, yeah.
And I think it's good what you're doing because you're helping some of the smaller channels too.
That's the thing. And I think the bigger channels should be helping the smaller channels, and that's pretty much my take on it as well. Robert Groves, good afternoon.
Robert Groves is in the house.
He is.
Morning, Rob.
How's the house on? He's going pretty good. I might just turn the actual audio down on this thing here.
Am I coming across too loud? Or?
No. It's just a bit of background noise on the video. Just missing that. On this ride, I actually ride out and I forgot my sunglasses. I actually go around the block and come back in to get my sunglasses. I've cut that bit out, but I think when you watch the video, you'll notice that the actual the relive circuit has me go around the block and go back home again.
Is this real speed or have you sped it up?
No, this is real speed. Yeah, this is actually real speed.
Yeah. You are a maniac. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really that maniac.
I mean, look at
Yeah,
everything.
thanks, Jim. Like I said, I'm just trying to build a channel this is the natural way, and try to engage everybody, try to include everybody. I know as channels get bigger, that gets a bit harder to do. Kevin had a hell of a time just keeping up to date with his, what do you call it, his comment section.
He did really well. He did really well doing it, though.
Yeah, he did. He did really do well, And again, so Chuck has the same sort of issues. Now I cover Chuck and Kev when they're doing videos because they're friends of mine. And
You've got me here now to read the comments if you miss any. So you can just go ahead, and if it's something exciting, I'll let you know.
But I said, most people they don't get an idea. So this is our PopeKael road. This is on when was it? This is a Wednesday morning, or I think about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Is it PopeKael or PopeKael?
PopeKael. Pet as in, I don't know. What's pet? That's spicy.
Yeah, pet. Boy, pet mutt.
Yeah, one of the things you have to contend with is all sorts of wheeled vehicles on the roads.
Kev in England says, "Hi Warren, enjoy your laid-back style."
Yeah, g'day Kev, how you doing? Yeah, Jeff Carter has been going to Pattaya since 1987. Yeah, he's
yeah, that's his main place, isn't it? That he goes
that's his main haunt. He's fairly up there in the circuit of knowing people.
Yeah, Jeff's not a bad guy. He's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed quite a few of his videos.
He's on a lot of Thai channels like the local Thai TV and stuff like that. They put him up there as a sort of
spokesperson.
Sort of this little tourist. Yeah, well, just little tourist clips and stuff. I don't know what sort of role, but yeah, he's on that as well. But the thing is, he spends a lot of time in England, so you don't get that continuity of videos all the time. But.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually getting a few people contacting me via Twitter and things like that to come out and eat at their restaurant, so they can get the restaurant a plug. And as I said, well, when I get out there, I'm not going to go out of my way because I'll pay my way. I'm not going to get involved in that sort of thing. But as I said, when it comes to like the Down Under bar, Susie's always looked after me.
Foreigner Joe now sets the date. He says, "This is when I'm available to meet.
Yep.
These are the days and these are the times." But I think you're less, you're more flexible, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm still very flexible for the one-on-one meetups. But we do have our bi-weekly meetup at the Down Under bar, and we start there at 5 o'clock. If we get in there early, then Susie she'll cook for us. Now that she's never asked for any money for the food that she provides. It's one of the little sort of things. I'm helping her with her, with sponsoring her or being there and being a regular, and she enjoys that because it has increased the patronage to her place. So it's it's a good sort of trade-off. But it's just not me getting that. It's me and my friends get food. So that's a meetup we've got every 2 weeks. That's next Tuesday. Now I've also started to plug into Jerry's meetup, which is on a Friday. We do that at the Emporium. That's Jerry's meetup. He's been running that for 2 years now. We're getting 20 to 30 people turn up on a Friday for that.
I don't know where you find all the time. My God, you're so busy.
Well, it's starting to get that way, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and more chats and bloody things than I care to name.
I guess that's,
You blocked me from one.
Did I? What was that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I was sending through annoying pictures and you blocked me.
Oh, is that what was it?
You and Steve were having a chat or something, and I sent through pictures of waterfalls and it didn't sort of...
I didn't have them blocked you, but yeah.
Yeah, I was blocked. I haven't brought it up with you yet, but I was blocked. Probably Steve.
Maybe it's just you. Maybe you unsubscribed yourself.
Yeah, I can't get on there. I actually clicked on it by accident. I thought I was on your channel, and then there was a little private chat that you and Steve have set up for just you and him, that's all right. That's okay.
No, that one there. No, I deleted that one. That was one that I was doing for a test. Remember?
Oh, you must have hit block by accident. Then.
No, I removed everybody from the chat, so you might still have it there, but I removed. That was the three of us. You, me, and
Look,
and
Jews
Stephen.
company three's the
That's
crowd.
it.
I know.
It was a test for your microphone. I just deleted that chat group. That's all. Yeah, but I've got so many chat groups. It's hard to keep track. I've now got chat groups online now. It's just starting to get bizarre.
The more chat groups you're on, the more I get banned.
That's good. Truck drivers here checking the lorries.
I'm eating Nutrigrain nuts and bolts trail mix with sweet chili. You ever tasted it?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. I can hear you eating there.
Oh, fucking! Oh, sorry, fucking everybody else.
It's like everybody else.
It's delicious, guys.
So now
we're
just coming up. This is now just going past Putamonton Sai C, which is Putamon Sai 4. We're just going out of the Bangkok province right at that point, and now entering. Is it Samut Sakhon? Is the next province, but Samut Sakhon and what do you call it? Is it Nakhon Pathom are the two provinces west of us, but this road sort of borders both of them. It's sort of like a cut-off point, and it sort of actually crosses.
Lukey Luke says I've been seen a video of you did with Sukhothai. Is he a well looked up to expat, something like that?
Look, he's a mate of mine. I enjoy talking with Jono. He's a great bloke, but he's a bit controversial. He does associate with Archie Luxury, and he's got himself a bit of a hate following there because of that. And we all know Archie Luxury. You especially.
I look like him.
No. You do a good impersonation, let's put it that way.
I'm bigger than Archie Luxury.
You're bigger, I'm not disputing that.
Let me give you a clue. I don't have a channel.
Mana. Jono, I thought Jono was Queensland, isn't he?
No, Melbourne.
He's Melbourne, okay.
Yeah. He goes for the... what's his football team? Melbourne.
Yeah, he does love Thailand. He's married to a Thai girl. His son.
Everybody hear me chewing?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So he's got a child with that relationship there. He's now 8 years old or something, and he's a great bloke. But his son really does have a very Thai look, Thai Farang look. So it's a good mix of the genes there.
I haven't heard from Sakahon for a while. I don't know where he is.
No, he hasn't contacted me for a while either. So, but they said, to each their own. We've got different chats, and I'm easily contactable. If you want to join in with the voice group here, the Discord link is down below. If you want to join in.
Mana says, "Have a great day, everybody." I might pop in from time to time through my phone. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yep. Okay then. Beautiful day. It's actually not a bad day here in sort of Bangkok either.
Beautiful day here in Perth too.
We've got to run out to a waterfall tomorrow. After Nakhon Nayok, we're going to a waterfall out there.
Lucky bugger.
So I'll be meeting up with Goy.
You take an esky with you or what?
Oh no, I'll be meeting up with Goy and Phi, two girls at the first petrol station stop, and then we'll be meeting up with a few others at the second petrol station stop, and then going up the full waterfall way. I'm still waiting for that one video that's going to go viral, and I've said what we need is that biker chicks in bikinis video, and it'll just go skyrocketing. But whether I actually get them in bikinis tomorrow or not, I don't know.
No worries, Lukey Luke. It's a hard name to spell.
Which name were you trying to spell? Sukhothai? Yeah, I know.
And Sakahorn.
Sukhothai. Oh.
He went from Sakahorn to Sukhothai.
Sukhothai. Anyway, we knew
enough, Luke.
We knew who we were talking about. That was the main thing.
Yeah, close enough, Luke. Or if you have trouble with that, just say John.
MotoGP in Phillip Island, is there? They're pretty good. So it's appropriate they were doing a motorcycle ride.
Phillip Island, that's where really wealthy people live in Melbourne. It's a really expensive area.
Man, look, the world is full of trolls. You just ignore them. That they soon get bored and drift away. Just turn your charisma down a notch. They'll get bored and drift away.
Ford says, I need a bikini for my man boobs.
I think we all do, Stephen.
I don't.
Well, you're telling me the fact you don't have man boobs?
Mine are all solid muscle.
Solid muscle, right? Yeah, you're doing the Hulk impersonation, aren't you? All you need to do is get the green paint out there. Ooh, ooh, ho, ho, smash!
Morning, Joe. Morning. Wow, these are delicious.
Robert Groves. Was that biker chicks and me in a bikini? Yeah, right. But that's all it takes. It just takes one video, like the increase in viewership or the subscribers and the viewers now is really based on all the transgender video discussions I'm doing. And I do plan to do more of that sort of stuff, but I don't want to do it about Chanya because Chanya, she's a little bit private about her life in that respect. We don't keep it a secret, but I want to do more. Yeah, I don't want to put her on the spot. You
don't want to use her to get views.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I get enough views through her. Or they only come to see Chanya anyway on my channel. You know that.
When the channel's going downwards, you just throw your missus in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's what it is. So yes, if I get to hang out with Maggie and do a video with her, and get to hang out with Sarah and do a video with her, help promote her channel, get her channel over the line there.
Warren Big Butterfly.
Big Butterfly, yes, Big Butterfly. We'll have Chanya sort of out there feeding the ducks one day, I'm sure. I don't think most people actually know what that means, do they? Feeding the ducks. It's a Thai term. How do you say it in Thai? How's it said in Thai? You're probably better at that than me.
Feeding the chickens?
No, feeding the ducks. Feeding the worms to the ducks.
What does feeding the chickens mean?
Well, I don't know. It's probably the same, probably similar. But the thing is, the term in Thailand is out there feeding the ducks. They've cut off your manhood and they've gone out to feed the worm to the ducks.
Feed your private parts to the ducks.
It happens.
Yeah,
it does happen here in Thailand.
Yes, don't upset a Thai woman. And it says never argue with a Thai woman.
Never argue with a Thai woman. That's good advice.
Yeah, I heard
Tommy.
about the
Sorry.
numbers hanging on the houses and the story that goes with it.
They what? Hang them on the houses.
Yeah, it wards away
the
evil
man
spirits.
Oh, is that right? When the evil spirits, it wards away the unfaithful men.
Yeah, it was the punishment for the unfaithful men when they got caught.
This is what happens if you butterfly. That's the message.
Mm-hmm. So this is obviously still we're now in Nakhon Pathom. We've crossed over that sort of that line, but this is the road. This is the main road going west. On the run back, we actually come back along the full length of this road, but it's quite boring, and you get traffic pretty much all the way along at this time of day. So I wanted to go out the back way, so I took a different route.
Okay, keep going.
Tommy, guys, a Mount Tommy crash. Okay.
Little bit of a rift thing here with Tommy Crush and Mana, but it's not too bad. They'll sort it out.
I'm just a little bit more Thai epi. I'm just a little bit more of a careful driver. I'm just not a maniac. And it is a cruiser. It's not a crutch rocket. I actually sort of get a bit more radical on Chanya's bike. Well, I did have the USB fitted to the Chanya's bike on Thursday, and I've put a phone mount on there, so I've now got that bike set up for doing cruising as well.
How many bikes you got all together?
Well, I've got my bike, I've got Chanya's bike, which I bought, I've got Mother's new Fino. So.
And did you sell those other two that you first bought?
Yeah, look, this is typical of Thailand, the idiots. Look, they're on my side of the road. Get the on my road. Seriously.
What's happened?
Well, that was the thing that's coming up now. There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 10 second delay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what you need in Thai traffic, a 10-second delay.
Yeah, you do just about, yeah. So we got a bit of because this is obviously just a 2-lane road. It's a bit of traffic congestion along the way here.
It's like they were using that parking lane for another.
Yeah.
Another oncoming.
That's just crazy. We wonder why we have such bad road accident statistics. It's just people are just completely freaking crazy. Right, and that's there's no concern for their own life.
Look at that guy.
It's more about. I'm pretty sure it has to do with their Buddhist philosophy. Not to say there's anything wrong with it, but they are in heavy belief the fact that if you do enough good, right, then you'll come back in the next life at a better station in your life. And so if you don't have so much of a respect for your own life in this life, Ryan, because the fact that you feel that you've done a lot of good things, and if I die, then I die, The worst part is the fact that, sometimes in these accidents you don't die, and I've sort of seen so many people with, caved in skulls and, from not riding with helmets and things like that, and they patch them up and they're basically walking vegetables.
Good pickup, Robert Groves. Good pickup. That was not necessary to say. Yeah, you go.
I missed it. Sorry.
That's all right. You keep going. I'm letting some of the other moderators take care of the.
Yeah.
While I do this with you, but you keep going.
Hope Kev's doing well. I hope Kev's doing well. I haven't sort of spoken to Kev, but Stephen keeps me abreast of anything that's going on down there.
Yeah, nothing to say now. He's still battling on.
Yep.
Appreciative of all the help that those who helped him have given.
Yeah. So let's just not pick on each other, guys.
Enough Tommy Crush. No more mate.
Yeah, just okay. Tommy sort of said, "Mana, don't reference him." So fair enough. Just don't talk to him. Don't provoke.
Let you have a good say, mate. Didn't delete you. You've had a good say. Just leave it now because it's not the channel. What Warren's doing on the channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I come from the idea if you can't say nice things about people, just don't say anything at all. Right?
Yeah, we don't want to fill the chat with negativity, so we let you go a little bit because it allowed both of you to have a say. But Mana is a spanner or moderator on here, and that commands a little bit of respect, but we should respect everybody.
Yeah.
But, you've had your say, Tommy, just let it go now. Right, where are we?
So who's off to the beach?
Mana's going to the beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm off to the waterfall tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I've got the beaches about 5 minutes from my house. I wish I had a waterfall, though. I just love waterfalls. I don't know what it is. You can sit under them and just chill. It's like having a giant shower. It's great.
Car brokers, yeah. I think the best place that Thais go for getting a second-hand cars is a website called Kaidi. We covered that. When did we do the shopping channel stuff? Was that last Monday or was it last Saturday?
What was that, mate?
When we did the review of shopping channels and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. But it was the last 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
It was a good topic though.
Yeah, so we did Kaidi, a few others.
We did shopping and food last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a good topic.
About helmets, saw a young accident victim in a special ed
Special ed
class.
class.
Yeah.
He had the use of one arm and had to be hoisted for a diaper change.
Yeah, and this is this is
Will
the thing.
be like this for years.
That's the trouble. Like I sort of see these. They're on their bikes. There's no protective gear. Coming up here, and this girl. She's just coming up this set of lights, which you'll see in 10 seconds time. She's carrying the helmet. Like, how does that really protect you? You've got the helmet. Put it on your damn head. Really?
Yeah, but she's protecting her thighs from the sun.
Oh, it's just crazy. They have absolutely no respect for their own well-being.
Joe Ford asked me when I'm starting my own channel. It'll be a while yet, Joe, because I have technical issues.
Well, he enjoys being on everybody else's channel.
Yeah, I'm better off in the background. If you saw me in person, Joe, you would just switch channels.
Yeah, like I get the webcam, Stephen, probably every second day now, and I wish I'm going to need to do a filter, blur it
That
out of
old
it.
saying, Joe. Everybody can write it. Everybody has a book in it, but not everybody should write one. I'm the sort of person who's better off camera, I think, than on.
Robert McAdoo, hello, Warren.
I sound like Kermit the Frog, and I look like an elephant, so I don't really think I'm. I think I'm suitable for viewing.
Face for radio.
Yeah, that's why he's on here and not on the other live streams.
I've got a face only mother would love.
He's got a face for radio. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And you have to pay her for that too. Right?
It's just love, based on love. She loves her son.
Yeah, that's the good thing about mothers. Otherwise, we'd all be in trouble.
Lukey Luke's agreeing with you.
She loves me warts and all. She loves me warts and all. Joe Ford's ha 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 because I've got a voice for radio. Eight head for radio, Stephen. Lukey Luke.
Yeah, so we're now go on.
Warren, I've ignored the other person talking on your show there.
That's all right.
Sorry to be rude. What's your name, mate?
Oggy.
What's his name, or what's your name? Hoggy?
Oggy.
Yeah, that's right. Now I remember your surname. Oggy, sorry. How are you, Oggy?
All surviving it so far.
Surviving it.
Surviving so far?
I woke up at 4 o'clock.
Hold on, mate. Hold on tight, mate. This could be a bumpy road.
Aren't they all?
So we're getting a bit more off the beaten track now. This is like getting more into the rural part of Thailand, but you'll still notice the predominance of 7-Elevens on these sort of back streets out of nowhere. You might not see any big shopping centres, but you're getting out here. Like, land out here is actually relatively cheap. I could probably build. We'd buy $500,000 for maybe half a rye. For a block of land, and you can build a 4-bedroom here for about $1 million baht. It's still only sort of half an hour from where we live. How far are we into the video at the moment? 25 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. So half an hour from where we live. I don't know.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say on the video how long. Oh, you can.
But it does. It's
33 watching. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you can, please. Thank you. 12 thumbs up, 32 watching. So if everybody can hit the thumbs up for Warren, because otherwise he starts crying and carrying on.
Yeah, he's like crying. Nobody likes me anymore.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a complex. So just could you hit the thumbs up so Warren doesn't sort of lose the plot.
Anyway, so we're now starting to get a bit more open road out to the farmland.
Oh, look at that! It's going up. Warren's going up 6 as soon as I said that. 19.7. Oh God, it's going up like a roots. The one thumbs down. That's me.
So we don't really have, we see a lot of ride videos up in Chiang Mai and the mountainous areas, because they're great for the sports bikes to, hang a bit of, rubber sideways. And but what I'm showing here is the fact that these roads are equally as interesting in my point of view. There's lots of scenery to see. You're not overlooking sort of vistas of mountains and valleys. But the roads are interesting, there's lots of twists and turns in them.
Lots of twisties.
Lots of twisties. You get the occasional little hump there going over a clong.
You can always tell the motorbike rider and the non-motorbike rider because they don't know the word twisties.
Twisties.
Twisties, Warren.
Twisties, yeah, okay. But
I learned all about motorbikes from watching another channel, so I'm right up on it all.
But this is really basically the food belt of Bangkok. This area, this is where all the food comes from. I've actually yet to sort of see any, these pig farms and chicken farms. They must be really off the beaten track, those.
When I go down these roads and I see bananas and all the other things, I really feel like stopping and grabbing something for free. It's just something in me.
just pick up a banana and just ride on. Yeah.
But I reckon the Thais would see you do it. Honestly, you can't do anything in Thailand without being seen. But I've always thought about it. I thought, fuck, I'd love to just stop and grab a big mango for free.
Yeah,
it has to be for free.
Luke, yeah, it is a bit crazy. You're into making an overtaking move, and then you'll have some scooter, running past you, or even twice as fast. God, they're total maniacs. They really are.
Upi said you never see rabbits in Thailand. Do you mean the human kind or the animal kind?
I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure they're caught and eaten very quickly.
They're probably not rabbits. They're probably rats.
Yeah, there's lots of rats around. We get
they're not the dirty. They're not the sewer rats. They're the field rats.
Yeah, field rats. They're actually quite a delicacy up in some parts of Thailand.
Yeah, Warren eats it all the time. He's no hesitation.
Going around here, like here's these cars wanting to pass a truck on a corner, and fuck you, your motorcycle, stuff you. I've got the right of way. I'm bigger than you. Just pull over,
I'm sure they have them 2P. I'm sure the rabbits there in Thailand. Might Google it, find out later.
I haven't seen any. I've seen what they call farm rats.
Why wouldn't they have rabbits? Let me Google it. Hold on. Rabbits. How do you spell rabbits? Rabbits in Thailand. Rabbits in Thailand.
Over there?
What, which ones?
Honda, like gold wing, silver wing, 50 and above.
One of the girls in our larger riding group is on a gold wing. She came out to our little burger meet up at what was that burger place we went to? Mother Trucker's Burgers. She rocked up on a gold wing. They're very uncommon. Like they're 1.2 million baht, for a gold wing. They're not cheap.
They're definitely rabbits, I would guess, in Thailand. I mean, a lot of people have them as pets, and you see them in the pet stalls, and you see them in the markets and that.
Mm.
So I imagine there are wild rabbits, but I definitely see many rabbits as pets.
Yeah.
So they do exist. I just did a quick Google, but I haven't. I'm not going to make a research topic of it.
I'm sure rabbits are.
Nutritious, tastes just like chicken.
Well, I don't think it tastes like chicken, but it's something you would eat, on the farm. Yeah.
Oh, rabbit stew. Yeah, it's quite popular. Rabbit stew was in the old days when you had vegetable soup in the Depression years. When it wasn't food, so rabbits were quite popular.
So can you sing the tune to the Hillbillies?
This is it, we've hit the heights. Not that one.
I don't know. I can't remember how it goes. It's been so long since.
What fun maybe on with this. Oh, that's Bugs Bunny. Sorry.
That's the Beverly Hillbillies I'm thinking about. Go on, you can sing the Beverly. You can sing Beverly Hillbillies. They always had rabbit stew.
The little man named Jed didn't have a toilet, so he went behind the shed. Didn't have a toilet roll, so wiped it on the grass. Wrong came Granny, him up the air. Hillbillies, that is.
I'm pretty sure that's not how the tune went, but yeah.
Let me tell you a song about a man named Jed. Didn't have a toilet, so he went behind the shed. Didn't have a toilet roll, so wiped it on the grass. Wrong came Granny, kicked him up the ass. Hillbillies, that is.
So was that Iggy? I missed that.
My family was too poor, they ate squirrel.
Oh, you ate squirrel, did you?
No.
Imbar corrected me. Let me tell you all about a story about a man named Jed. That's true. Where are you from, son? Oregon, same as my head.
Sorry, we're missing chat here. What's this? Pat Thai, good
Really?
afternoon. Thais don't eat rabbits but love bugs. Yes, I know.
Yes, FBI. Bogan's the same as a hillbilly, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So one grows vegetables and one grows weed.
Is that how it works? Is it?
That's I'm sticking to it.
Yes.
I don't know. If you don't know stuff, just bullshit. You've got to keep the show going.
Got to keep the show going. That's it. This is another thing you find in Thailand: the traffic lights that actually been turned off. They just put them into a flashing yellow. Just as be careful.
They're just there. They're there for show. That's all. I mean,
well,
they
like
don't really.
a set of traffic lights in Australia costs like $75,000 to put in per light, or some ridiculous price like that. I'm sure there's a price to put them up. So if you put the damn things up, wouldn't you want them to damn well work?
No, not at all. Not in Thailand, Vietnam. You have crosswalks that they're just there. They see us doing this shit. They don't know what it is. They think it's decoration or something.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it looks
They
interesting.
stick them there. Yeah. I don't mind that system at all.
Oh,
At least you're not going to get fines.
Municipalities that will put in the traffic lights during rush hour. They act as stop and go. Rest of the day, they're either four-way stop or caution one-way stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to use them. I agree with Thailand. Just leave them in there.
Yeah, they.
Sound's gone. Oh.
Somebody important might visit, and you need to turn.
Dallo says there's always plenty of rubbish on the roads. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Dallo. You come across, this is all quite nice, and then you see this big hunk of rubbish. Don't know how it works, but it can stay there for months, can't it, Warren?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
block of
So,
land.
even out here, just the clutter on the side of the road and the plastic, it is a bit of an eyesore. They do walkthroughs. Each of these little villages will do a walk along the road probably once a month. We'll have a few
They do a
people
pretty
it.
good job
Yeah.
considering how little taxes Thais pay, and they don't have the same services we have in the West. But I don't want to be too critical of Thailand in that regard. I mean, it's also too it takes a long. Well, there's a garbage truck there, so learn to not throw rubbish on the ground. I mean, it took the West years, so it's going to take them years as well.
Yeah.
So they're no different to us at the end of the day. If people get away with it, they usually throw it on the road. I do.
This sort of bloody Honda decided that I'm not going fast enough. Does the train that goes to Cha Am runs through this area? No, the train to Cha Am is quite a bit south of us from this location. There's one that's above us. So there's a line that's north of us, and there's a line that's south of us.
Actually, it's not called Charam anymore.
Cha Am, yes it is.
It's called Robert's Place.
Oh, Robert's Place. Okay, fair enough.
His block of land, his house is so big they just call it Robert's Place now. They don't call it Charam. Yeah, Robert. He's the mayor too, I believe.
He's a Puyai now, is he?
Yeah, he's the mayor, and it's going up and up for him. That's good. Well, I've got a room, he reckons, when I get there, so hopefully.
Yeah, I'm just going to pitch a tent, and swim every day.
He'll probably be governor by the time I get there.
Probably, yeah.
So, what do you think about the new high-speed rail that they just signed on?
Well, it took a bit of negotiation, I believe. That's saying 35 minutes or 45 minutes to Pattaya from Bangkok. Yeah, well, that'd be good.
Warren, you were going to talk about, how people sort of spend their time in Thailand. Like, do they stay there full time like you?
Yeah, I think it was one of the things I thought about talking about. Yeah, sort of the whole idea of the permanent temporary resident. It's been coming up in sort of the comment section. People giving me advice. The fact that I'm silly for thinking of buying in Thailand. I should continue to rent. Well, it'd be nice if we could lock rents in, to a CPI. That would be the first thing I'd say about that. But I think
Interesting discussion, though.
Yeah,
It really is, because like it's so cheap to buy. You'd spend that amount of money on rent. In your case, it makes total sense.
well, that's part of it. Yeah. So
Any relationship, and you've got the trust there.
yeah, I've been with Chanya now for 10 years. Okay, so 7 years of that 10 years, I'm bouncing backwards and forwards. But effectively, we've had a relationship going for 10 years, and it keeps on getting stronger. She's getting cheekier and cheekier as she gets older. We just
It makes sense in Robert's case too, because he's been with his lady for many decades. So, I think there are exceptions like you and Robert, and no doubt others. But for the average bloke that comes across and just sort of meets a girl out of, let's just for argument's sake, not necessarily, but out of the bar, and then he buys her house, I think that's a little bit more volatile, a little bit, risky. So there's a risk element there. But financially, I think you in the long term, you end up better off, because.
Yeah, so again, so William Paul, yes, you can buy into a gated community. It's what they call a leasehold, which means that they will lease the land to you. But again, you're still stuck with paying a lease fee every year. You might have a 30-year with a 30-year extension on your lease, but they can really hold you over the frickin' barrel at some point. You might be able to get some sort of clause that is CPI adjusted, but Thais are money focused. They'll find ways around there. And what are you going to do? You're going to take them to court because they want to charge you twice as much this year for your lease fees as they did last year, because that's what'll happen. And I've been hearing about that as well. We don't hear much about it because not many people go for leasehold. Condos, on the other hand, they realise the fact that if they outprice the condo sort of pricing on the rentals and things like that, people just won't go there. But when you buy the condo, then you're paying the what they call the maintenance fees, but everybody has to pay the same thing.
Yeah.
Personally, what am I doing? I'm looking at Chanya. I'm looking at Chanya's future. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm going to upload to the cloud in 10 years, hopefully.
I'm here forever.
Yeah, I'll upload to the cloud in 10 years, and when we get the singularity, that's it. I'll just plug in and just upload my consciousness to the cloud, and you can cremate my body and create more carbon dioxide.
Don't get morbid. No, don't get morbid, Warren. I mean,
I'll live forever in the cloud. It's all right.
Alo says, we love owning a house in Thailand. Great permanent house. Once we're there, it's home.
That's it, and that's what we're looking for now. Right here, we've had rental increases that are well outside what we call CPI here, and that's again, the person who owns this property, she's on a good wicket. She doesn't realise that she doesn't realise that if she didn't do what she did, she could have a tenant here for the next 20 years. But no, she's gone for the money. She's gone for the money. It's the money thing. Right.
So if you're paying that in rent anyway, why not put it towards your own house? Let's say people are worried. Well, we can't own the freehold. We have to do it leasehold, and they're worried about. Fair enough, they're worried about. But at the end of the day, just pay what you can afford. So if you can get a loan for the same amount of rent that you can afford to pay, I don't think buying a house is a big deal if you love some bird and all that. Because really, at the end of the day, you're not really losing anything.
So Chanya has zero.
It's probably a weird way of thinking about it.
Chanya has zero leverage on my finances. Has zero because they're all established before we met. She can't leverage that, but I want to provide for her. So and like we can't get married right now, so there's no divorce settlement. They don't recognise our partnership to start with. So she's got by me putting $1 million down on a house, that's the sin sod, for want of a better word. We pay the divorce settlement up front. I don't think many people look at the sin sod as that, right? Most foreigners will not be subjected to a divorce settlement where they take 80% of everything. I like to use 80% because that's what happens in Australia.
William Poole says depends on your relationship. Yeah. That's true. How strong and trust. You can buy a house in the West and lose all in a divorce too. So that's true. But my point was that the way I would do it is if I can afford to pay $10,000 a month to rent a place, then what would that get me in terms of a loan for or whatever to service a loan or a mortgage or even to pay out of my own money for a house? Really, I haven't lost anything because rent's dead money, more or less, isn't it? So, but if I move beyond that, now we're talking, we're into the we're out of the friend zone and we're into the the zone where everything now is going to be a loss. Theory on it, but I don't know if that holds water. But
I'm also just looking at this, just checking the video quality. I know last time I did the ride, I was running at 2,500 bits per second. Now I'm running 6,000. This is looking at 1080p. It's looking quite clear this time around. It looks quite good.
Yeah, it's very nice scenery. Really nice.
Yeah, just wanted to make
Really
sure it was
nice.
good. But yeah, sort of.
You know the word for country in Thailand?
Pratet.
Pratet is you got me going now. I think that's country, and I think Chonabot is the country.
Oh, you
I'm
mean
not sure
that
I'm
about, so it's, you got
Chona, so like the countryside, yeah.
countryside as,
But,
as an adjective, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they call it Chonabot, and but you're right. Pratet is the country, yeah.
Country,
I think,
Pratet,
and
but Chana.
Haza is language, yeah.
Okay, Chanabot. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Chonabot. Bye, Chonabot, crap. William Poole, yeah, agree, Stephen, but when you think nothing is guaranteed wherever you live, yeah, something like that, yeah, okay, fair enough. Joe Ford, I thought about buying a condo in the outer fringes of Bangkok as a base. Tommy Crush says she deserves some equity for her future. Yeah, well, yeah. All good comments. This is the first chat where I've seen you do the bike ride. This is very cool. Yeah, he did a few others, Jim, as well.
Okay, Google says it's Chunabot.
What is it?
Chunabot. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. I think it's more of a Chon.
Chunabot.
Yeah, but it's more of a... I don't think it's tune, but I might be wrong. But to me, I'm hearing Chonabot.
Yeah. So where are I? Chunabot. What we got going? What we got going here? What we got? Let me do a refresh. 21 likes, and how many people watch? 36 people watching. Okay, people.
It's very good.
People are enjoying the actual ride through. That's good. That's what we like to see.
We've got a good crew here now, Warren. It says Thomas Ogun says, how are taxes on property in Thailand? Here in the US, you never really own the land; you just lease it from the government. That's pretty true in Thailand, isn't it?
There is what they call a land tax thing here, and this is why a lot of land stays undeveloped in Bangkok as well, because I think from what I read somewhere or some legal document that sort of said they actually can't sell the land until all the land tax is paid, but they don't force you to pay the land tax. So if you've owned the land for like 5 generations and never paid your tax, it actually costs more to pay the tax out on the land for 5 generations than it does to sell the land, and you can't pay the tax, so it can't be developed. It's a strange system over here, but yeah, there is a land tax, but it's not enforced. Right.
Pat Ty said Chonabot. Chonabot. Yeah, so it's pretty close.
Yeah, we're pretty close. Google's pretty close.
I'm closer than Google. And Warren's even closer because he's in the country. So there you go.
There you go. I'm in the Chonabot.
He's in the Chonabot.
So would that taxes, having to pay it before purchasing, would that also apply if you were to lease the land from them?
I believe they can't lease the land because that requires an estate legal change to draft the documents, and this is from what I understand anyway. The tax must be paid, and it's okay if you've only failed to pay for 5 years. That can be added on to the thing, but then of course the developer has to sort of say, well, you're charging me 5 years of tax on top of what I wanted to offer you to pay you, and there is a limit that they'll go to, and so some property just sits there and just does nothing.
Robert Grove would be an interesting man to, if he's willing to. Robert, if you're there, mate, if you're willing to come on, if Warren says,
yeah,
I'm sure he will,
he's always.
because you're a bit of an expert on this, because you're building a mansion there. Robert, just come on and let us know what you know, mate. It'd be great.
Well, I just think it might be a good way for a family to pay off their taxes and not sell the land.
Yeah, well,
Robert says you. Oh, sorry.
Yes, paying off the taxes is one thing, but if the actual land tax over 5 generations of mixed tax, it's going to be worth more than the land is worth of what you can sell it for, and so you're still in debt. So that's why it never gets sold. That's what I was getting at. There is a point where the land tax is accumulated to a point where that sale of that rye of land or 5 rye of land is worth anything to anybody. So
Robert says you still incur a small fine if your land tax is not paid each year.
Yeah, so there is a fine as well, is there?
Yeah, if you don't pay your land tax. Australia too. That's the same in Australia. If we don't pay our land tax.
Go on, Oggy.
You don't have to.
Saying in the U.S., you just take it. They'll take it from you after a certain point. If you don't pay your property.
Yeah, they probably will here in
taxes,
Australia too.
Yeah, I'm sure it does happen.
Yeah, probably everywhere that goes. Yeah, well, makes sense, doesn't it? Only pays 6,000 baht a year, includes 24-hour security.
Yeah, that's for a That's for
So maybe.
You're in an estate, are you, Darlow? We were looking at one last Wednesday, which that video will be out in a week or so, and their fees were 700 baht a month. That was gate fee, pays the guys on the gate, also covers rubbish removal, and a couple.
Robert said he had to stop building his house because he was late paying his taxes, and so he couldn't afford the 50 baht fine.
All right.
No, he didn't. He said we were 2 years late and we paid a 50 baht fine. Ouch! Yeah, I'm sure it hurt a lot, Robert.
Yeah.
Must have taken weeks to get over that, mate.
Geez, that was at least 1.5 Kalpat Mu dinners.
Yeah, I mean 50 baht fine. I think I'd just pay it late all the time because it's more convenient.
How late? How late?
Well, fucking 150 baht late doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
It depends how long you get for your 50 baht fine.
So you're paying 6,000. So if I convert that 700 baht a month, so 7 12s or 84, will we pay 8,400 baht a year for that estate fees? And they all vary. I think some of the estates just get a little bit overboard with it. We don't pay. Well, I'm pretty sure we don't pay here. I think the person who owns the house pays here because we rent. But nobody's ever asked me for these. But again, the gates never close anyway. So.
Robert said he used to take the empty soft drink bottles back to make up for the fine.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Well,
He's still dirty on it.
But that's what they need to introduce over here. Like Sweden has a really good system. You pay for the recycling when you buy the damn drink. That would create employment for Thais. I know when I was a kid, growing up in Hornsby, we had the local corner shop, and they used to give you 5 cents for every 750ml bottle of Coca-Cola. Actually, it was a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we used to run around and to neighbours' houses and pick up their bottles and cart them down on the little billy cart.
They've got the recycling.
Yeah.
They've got the recycling depots in Adelaide now, and people do it for an actual job and get the dole as well.
Yeah.
You can make 2,000 a week, but can we do that in Thailand? Take an empty bottle back and get the refund?
No, we don't have refundables at the moment.
Why don't you do that as a video? Go walk back in with all your empty bottles and demand a refund.
Well, unfortunately, you're not paying for the bottle up front.
Load them all onto the counter. Load them all onto the counter and say, listen, I'll accept Thai baht.
But yeah, so when I was young, that was how was how you got pocket money. Before I got the delivery job with the local chemist, which is taking the drugs to the old people's homes and things like that. You know, we used to get. They used
Or
to
the
get.
police, yeah. That's what you told the police.
No,
Yeah.
well, I used to do the bottle run every
I'm
week.
taking the drugs to the old people's homes.
You'd find half a dozen, 750 ml bottles of Coca-Cola around the place, and you'd take them down to the local corner shop, and you'd get the 30 cents. And 30 cents, a mixed bag of lollies for 30 cents. In the 70s, that was you got a bag full. It was great.
Yeah, you'd won the lotto. You won the lotto. You'd even share them with your friends. Robert Grove says, we sell our empty bottles of beer chung back to the recycle man at 11 baht per box.
I do? Okay.
So you can do it.
I know Mother collects the aluminium cans and has a bag for that. I don't know what she does with them. I'm pretty sure she takes them somewhere. And
when you go to a Thai place and you get a Coke and they put it in, that's why they put it in a bag for you with the straw, right? Because they keep the bottle. Or if they give you the bottle, you've got to drink it and finish it there because they want the bottle back.
Yeah. And that's the best way to drink Pepsi.
I had one
anyway.
chase me down the street for it. Yeah, I had one chase me down the street for it.
What? The bottle?
Yeah, well, I walked off. I had it still in my hand. And I just was going to find a bin for it, right? No, I wasn't. I was just going to throw it in with like the rest of the tyres on the side of the road. But anyway. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's what they do it for.
Yeah.
It's made up a good story.
But like they should, you're paying 20 baht at 7-Eleven for a bottle of water, for the 600 ml, for probably 500 ml bottles of water. They should.
They have different prices. You can get them for 2 baht, 1 baht, 2. Is it 3 baht now? 10 baht, and 20 baht. Depends what you want. But the 7-Eleven water is supposed to be the best according to all the tests that have been done.
Yeah, but if if they throw an extra 1 baht on that and as a refund, and then have a refundable, you'd get all rid of that plastic off the damn streets. That would create another job for people.
Even if they gave you a satang, I'd be happy. Bottles which are not in the box are weighed and you get 1 baht per kilo, according to Robert.
Oh, okay.
Bottles, so that if they're not in a box, they're weighed and you get 1 baht per kilo, but if you put them in a box for them, which costs you 11 baht, you get 11 baht. No, sorry, you get 11 baht per box.
Yes, Darlow, this run out through the countryside, which is like a not much used road. Well, there's still a bit of traffic on there. It's quite a pleasant ride.
You've still got to be alert though, haven't you?
You still got to keep your wits about you.
Especially when you go around those real tight bends, blind bends or whatever, you can't see what the fuck's going on. Why is beer in bottles and soft drinks in plastic? Doesn't make sense, says Luke.
That's a good question.
Well, they're in plastic bags, I think you mean, Luke. If you have it in plastic bags, they do that so, like I said, to keep the bottle or the can for refunds.
Well,
that's why they throw it into a plastic bag, if that's what you mean.
The Thais will, fish farms. There's a lot of fish farms. Yeah, they do that. Well, we're coming out of the wet season here, and everything's just now wet. And they make little fish ponds and everything else because that puts food on the table for them. They'll go and buy. Pi did some videos of that last year. I think that was when Graham was still here. They were talking about going out and they were making a fishing dam, putting all the fish in, and they're buying all the little minnows and throwing them in the big pond, and it's food.
I used to go to the same shop to buy all my beers, and I went there so often they started putting it in plastic bags for me with straws.
Yeah, well, that's common. Like I'll go up and get a bottle of what they call it, Emroy or Red Bull. I put it on the counter, pay my 10 baht, and she starts to put it on the bag. I said, no, just forget it. I'm just going to drink it.
Oh, fucking Red Bull, that's bloody hardcore. Jesus Christ.
I just flip the top and scull that, and then I throw it in the bin,
What's that one they sell? Vitamin.
Oh,
in a little brown bottle. Yeah.
I haven't tried that. I believe it's quite vile.
Yeah, you're not hardcore. That's the Thai one. It's called vitamin. They say vitamin. It actually means vitamin, but they say vitamin, and it's a little dark brown bottle.
Yeah, I've seen it.
With a blue top, I think. Yeah, and a little blue label on it. Yeah. So that tastes like shit. But I used to drink that. That's how hardcore I was. because it gives you a real buzz. And then you go out, and what you do after you've been in Thailand a long time, you get the vapor that you stick up your nose when you got the flu, and you keep sniffing that all day.
Oh yeah, I've got one here on my. They got
Yeah,
the Vicks inhaler, Thai cocaine.
yeah, that's right. You're becoming more Thai now.
It's Thai cocaine. This one, yeah.
Doing that too. It's addictive. I don't know if it's bad for you, but I started doing it because the Thais were doing it, and I thought, oh.
Well,
So I started doing it.
I think you get rebound from that just as easily as you get from the squirter.
The what?
Well, I have the Vicks Sinex. Well, I don't. I now have. Somebody brought me some Nile over, so the Nile decongestant, same as the Vicks Sinex. But you can get rebound from this if you have it. If you have it more than once or twice a day for a period of 3 or 4 days, your nasal passages can actually get what they call get immune to it, and you start taking more just to have the clean air passages.
I don't think it's healthy, but a lot of Thais just stick that up their nose, and I started doing it too. It's very addictive.
Another thing is they have the little bottle of this incense. Like, no, I don't actually have it here. I've got the rub, the tiger balm. You can get another one that's not tiger balm, but it's the bottle. And they said they just unscrew the top. It's like this. The nasal,
little round tin. Yeah,
yeah, and they're sitting there sniffing this stuff, and they screw the tin back.
Yeah.
It's weird stuff.
Robert's like Marlon Brando in the jungle too. He's gone Thai.
He's gone Thai.
I use them all the time, Stephen. Yeah. Once you start using those, and then you go around everywhere going, there, look, Warren's got one now, and you go, oi, 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 you've been there too long, mate. You've got to get out.
You notice there was a 50 km/h zone there, and then there was actually a speed trap there, 57. Telling me I was going 57, not 50. Yeah. I'm still going slow compared to everybody else.
Yes, you haven't got to worry about motorbike cops anywhere here, Warren.
I don't think you have to worry about motorcycle cops anywhere in Thailand. I've never seen anybody pull anybody over.
Or speed? No, well they do, but it's usually in small towns like Hua Hin or Phuket or parts of PopeKael where the tourists are and everybody's there. But in these sort of places, I don't think it happens. No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you do. You see this quite often. You see that they're just walking around like this, with the thing stuck up in the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, when they pull them out, Robert, there's a big book on the end of it.
Oh, that actually.
Yeah, it's true. It's true though.
That stings.
If you're going to use them all the time, just leave them hanging out of your nose. It saves time. Looks like a walrus.
But getting back to the whole, permanent temporary resident, right? We are guests of the country, and that's one of the things you've always got to think about here is the fact that there is a permanency process you can go for, which requires language skills and a few other things, and singing the national anthem, and
almost impossible to get one.
And there's only so many people from each country are taken in every year, and it's got to go through an approval board, and it's quite a complicated procedure.
Oh, yeah.
You can do
big
it.
Thing if you get it.
Yeah.
It's a big thing if you get it.
I
presume that they want you to have. I presume that one of the things they don't say, or they might say, but you'd probably need to be pretty famous or wealthy. I think that would get you a shoe in the door. Other than that, I don't see how you get in there.
No, but it's a set process you can follow. It's hard to do, and most people come here to enjoy themselves. They don't want to spend 3 years in school. Which is what basically you need at least a 6th grade proficiency, high school proficiency in the Thai language. You have to be able to speak Thai to a Thai.
And there's a whole lot of other conditions as well. Look, he's got it in his nose.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of other conditions as well.
But yes,
back on it.
but there is I know it's starting to sting a bit. I shouldn't have done that. But
you might need two for your nose.
Leave me alone. But getting back to so there is a permanency, but even the permanent residency process still, from what I understand, you still cannot buy land.
Robert Grove said they offered Tiger Woods citizenship, but he knocked it back.
I thought he was Thai.
His mother's half Thai.
Oh.
No, so his mother's Thai and his father's African.
Oh, okay,
American
right,
African.
okay.
So he probably, that's probably why he got offered Thai citizenship.
because he's
I suppose if
a
your mother
star.
and father, if your mother and father's Thai, I think you've got a good chance of getting there. That could be another way of getting in there.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone else does know clarity on this, if you go for the permanent residency and you actually obtain the permanent residency, as far as I know, you still cannot own Thai property.
I don't know, but that's worth checking out later.
Yeah. So again, people sort of say, well, why? Well, the only advantage that I see with the permanent residency process is you don't have the visa and you don't have the 90-day check-in, right?
And do you get a Thai passport?
You can then get a Thai passport, I believe.
And
Right.
Thai car license?
You have to relinquish. Basically, the law states you have to relinquish your. They don't accept dual citizenship. So if you go for permanent residency, and if you want the passport, you have to relinquish your residency in your home country.
Ooh, that's a big. Ooh.
Yeah, but again, you're still.
But what if you get kicked out of Thailand? You're countryless.
That's it.
Maybe Australia would take you back. Maybe Australia would take you back.
We'd want to go back to Australia. But yeah.
Hey, hold on, I'm living in this shithole. Would you mind?
So no, you're living there. That's it.
And that was our other part of the topic was, is it better to spend 6 months here, 6 months in Thailand, 9 months there, 3 months here? What's the best thing to do? Or is it better to just all in, stay there permanently and get rid of everything you got at home and you're all in, you stay in Thailand? What do you think?
I don't, starting from me, like me first, I'm going to say I have had no regrets in just coming with 2 suitcases. I got rid of everything. Right, it's always meant the fact that there's been a couple of times over the 3 years, but frick this, why did I bother? I want to go home. But
Robert says better to be all in, which I probably would have guessed that, Robert, for you. It makes sense for you, mate. I think it makes sense for Warren. It probably doesn't make sense for me. Well, it does and it doesn't for me.
If you got something in your home country to come back to, you'll always have that pin. It's like keeps you pinned to that country. If you get rid of it all, then you can't come back. Like my father passed away, my mother passed away.
Luke says all in. This is interesting. Luke says all in. Because I've noticed a trend lately that people are starting to think with all the things that are happening. Yeah, that's right, Robert. Everybody's different. But I've noticed the trend lately that people are starting, because of the new visa rules and regulations, that now they're all saying, well, okay, this is another option. I'll do half my time in this country, half here, 9 months here, 3 months on, 3 months off, whatever, to avoid all the visa hassles.
Yeah, but what hassles are they? Like, you spend 365 days in the country. I'm busy all the time now, just with my social engagements and everything else. I have pretty much 2 days to myself, which is Tuesday and Thursday. They're sort of my video editing days, sort of, you might sort of say. But I'm always busy. 4 days.
In your case, and in Robert's case, it makes sense. I think I can see why you guys chose to do what you've done. But as Robert said, everybody's different. Tommy Crush said you get your rental income and the option to go back 1 day. And Dalo says eventually we will spend 2 months at a time in Thailand every 6 months. And then you got Tommy Crush, who says always keep a house at home. So yeah, you're starting to get a range of views now that as I thought. But I'm wondering whether the new regulations have made this. So I'm wondering whether all the new changes and all the publicity about all these negatives that are happening in Thailand now. I wonder, are they being embellished? Or are people starting to listen to all this negativity and say, well, hey, let's look for other options because we don't want to deal with all this shit.
Well, there is going to be the part of the population generally who are driven by the vicarious, comments on media. Idiot walking across the street there. But yeah, so if they live their life from the armchair and the remote control, they're the sort of people who are going to be now considering, other options. If they're like me and like Robert, who have put serious consideration into what would be the best, right, for our own sanity and our own well-being, then we've chosen a thing, and we don't have something to fall back on. So if something does go wrong, then yeah, okay, you have to deal with that. Okay, I'll lose $1 million baht. For the deposit on the house, maybe I'll leave some money for Chanya. But as I said, if I get kicked out of this country because of some bullshit, I won't be coming back either. I just to say, well, I'm sorry, that's just, I've done everything right within, the confines of what I'm allowed to do, right? And
You'd always take Chanya back to Australia with you.
and she will be given a choice to come back to Australia, yes. Whether Australia will allow her to come into the country as my spouse, again, that's a different. That's another.
That's one of the reasons why I want to get out of Australia, because all the crap.
Yeah, it's just bullshit,
Mossy says 6 months in, 6 months out for me. Too close to family here. So family's another reason.
Yeah.
Weather's another reason. Money's a reason. And as Robert said, everybody's different. So it says family, too close to family here in Sydney, but who knows, that could change. Robert Odgen says, I plan to sell everything and keep an RV in the US with basic supplies for when I come back.
Yeah,
They've all got a sort of a backup plan. Some of them are using it as a backup plan.
Yeah, what they call a go bag, yeah.
A bug bag, what is it?
Bug out bag, a go bag or bug out bag, yeah. Have a strategy, like something goes pear-shaped, as you would say. You've got to have a strategy. I've got a strategy that if it went pear-shaped, I've got 2 people that I could go and stay within Australia, and I could get myself back on, level footing.
You can come and stay at my place, Wazza, no problems.
I might actually take you up on that. Perth is actually not a bad place. It gets me out of Sydney anyway.
Andy Stubbs, lots are going to Vietnam now, easier than visa requirements. Lots going to Vietnam now, easier. They're definitely easier from what I can gather in terms of the visa in Vietnam for sure. And Thomas Odgen, I hope to travel around for the first couple of years, Japan, Vietnam, Philippines. So there's different reasons, travel, family, money, backup. It's interesting. Thomas Odkin, Tommy Crush, I'm looking for renting a house out behind a canal boat, live on the boat in English summer and the winter in Thailand. That's interesting.
That's an interesting one, yeah. That's an interesting strategy, one I would be inclined to, be thinking about too,
In the canal boat, you can pretend you're on the clongs.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm Thomas, by the way, Arthur.
Hi, Thomas. Thomas, I like your idea of the RV.
Yeah, well, I basically live in one now. I have a small trailer. I have a Class A RV, would be my uncle's. When I retire, I'll plan on a year in the U.S. and the RV. Then I'm going over to Thailand for a while, hit Vietnam, go visit, go trip around for a while, and then I will always have that back here.
Yeah, well, see, I'm a bit.
House.
Yeah, so you're doing it for sort of travelling flexibility.
Well, I mean, I plan.
You got the backup as well.
In Thailand, so, but
yes, but you want to travel a bit first
for family or whatever. That way I've got someplace to stay. I come back without having to pay for property here because it's just getting
makes
taxes
sense,
are
mate.
getting too outrageous.
Yeah, taxes in Australia are the same. The taxes in Australia are horrendous.
Yeah, it gets that way, unfortunately. All the governments of the world are broke now. What can you do?
Lukey Luke, I spent a couple of months in Scottsdale, Mesa in 2012 and went to Apache Junction. Not sure which heat is worse, Arizona or Thailand. I think it would be Arizona, but I've never been there.
Arizona is very dry, so you've got no humidity.
No, as I said, that would be my...
I think it also comes down to there's this thing that in some human nature aspects, there are people like myself who like to live on the edge and enjoy new things and spice of life, whereas other people are quite uncomfortable about that whole idea of giving up everything. I'm sure that they haven't really thought about the fact that you can't actually put it in the grave with you when you die. But again, that's another thinking process again. You got to love these cars. Just get on your side of the road. Yeah.
I went through another process, Warren. As you know, I lived in Thailand for 5 years, and whilst I didn't sell everything back home, I left all my money and all my possessions back home and lived purely and worked purely off the Thai wage. I was wearing a grey government teacher's uniform, and I existed in Thailand for 5 years, and I almost forgot that I had a house and a life back home. That's how long I was there. And so I had to get out to get some perspective, and get a grip. And to get a grip, I had to step back for a while, because it was starting to wear on me, but I was amazed when I looked back. I was so thin, and I had this grey Thai uniform on, and I was eating Thai food up there in Onkarak, and in a really small town that most tourists wouldn't know about, or even expats wouldn't know about. It's a very tiny town up in Nakanayok, and I lived exactly as the Thais lived. And so it was. I found that after a while, I just needed to go back to Australia because there were ties to familial ties. And then I remembered that I had a house, and I remember I had, quite a few financial investments and everything. But it was an experiment I did to just, in a sense, just leave everything behind without relinquishing all my finances or selling anything or whatever. I just lived purely in Thailand, and that was interesting. Yeah.
I know, so I often look back on my life. Now, if I didn't move to Scotland when I was 15, would I even be considering this thing here? Like, I know what my life was pretty dull, up until the age of 15. You're just running the numbers. There's nothing really magical about life. It's just that being uprooted from Australia and moving to Scotland for 3 years, it just, oh my God. The world is so much bigger than your own backyard, and it changes. It changes something in you. And
I think there's something about America and Australia that you think when you live in there. Like a lot of people don't know. A lot of Americans haven't travelled outside of their own country. It's not a common thing, but it's becoming more common.
Yeah.
Right. The average America is it. There's no outside world, and Australia is very isolated too. We're a big country. And a lot of Australians didn't travel in the old days.
Yeah, you need to swim. You need to swim a lot. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, exactly. I didn't travel till I was 28. Lost my virginity at 38. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, travel does broaden the mind. That's right, William. But travel broadens the mind. It just opens up that third eye, and you just sort of see that life isn't trivial. There's there's a whole universe to explore.
Opens up that third eye, Warren. Which eye are you talking about?
The third eye in the crown chakra. Okay. The one that go on, Oggy.
Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. I was just
we're not talking about the one-eyed trouser snake, okay? Just leave him back in the trousers, okay?
Or the brown eye.
You can't. You shouldn't be in every.
Oh, the brown eye. That's right. So we got 4 eyes here. We got the one-eyed trouser snake. We got the brown eye.
I've got family that have never been out of the county they were born in Arkansas.
There you go.
We're talking, of course, that's the counties in Arkansas. Some of them are as large as some countries in Europe. But still, I'm unusual in that I've lived in 8, 9 different states, and I like traveling. I like driving. I will just go get in a car and drive.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've learned how to pare my possessions down because I've gone through 2 divorces. So.
Oh wow. That's interesting. Robert Gross says we still have our youngest daughter in Sydney. If shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
So you're probably going to. Then 2P says seen more and more Thai girls in Melbourne now. So that could be another reason why you don't go. Andy Stubbs says 3 months in Thailand, 3 months in Vietnam, 3 months in Malaysia, and 3 months. What? There's not that many fucking months in the year. Hold on. Oh yeah, there is. 3 months in Australia. Sorry.
You might be good at English. You might be good at English, Stephen, but your math is useless.
I was sort of getting tired there. 3 months in Thailand, 3 months in Vietnam, and 3 months in Malaysia, and in Australia. Perfect. Okay, yeah, that sounds a good plan. Don't know how you go on the visa situation. Be a bit confusing. Robert Mack in Australia. I paid taxes in California and Bullhead, Arizona properties. Not bullshit, but Bullhead, Arizona properties. Taxes are out of hand. Dallas, it sounds perfect, Andy.
Yeah, that's just south of Vegas, and property taxes in some areas of the U.S. are just—it's like you're paying rent on the property when you own it. It's just in some states it's got very ridiculous, but it depends on.
Well, when they had all those cyclones and things, was it in Alabama, and all those houses were going for cheap, weren't they?
Yeah, some of them went.
Well, the houses were empty.
They didn't have roofs. They're going cheap. They didn't have roofs.
But should have gone over there and snapped up a few houses.
Darlow seems to be a Thai massage shop on every corner in Melbourne. Are they the rub and tug style, or are they just the normal massage shops?
They're all. It's the same thing, Warren.
Is it?
They tell me. I don't know personally.
I wouldn't know.
It just depends on the tip.
It depends on the tip, does it? And of course, they want to demonise it. They demonise Thailand for it. Yet it goes on in their country as well. That's one of the things I've always said.
It does. It goes on in Australia. It's amazing how similar all these countries are. We like to look at the differences, but we're amazingly similar, both in countries and people.
Haven't you heard that term before, Tommy Crush? Rub and tug. I know that happy endings, I think that's what you see on the porn channels, but I think Australia had the term rub and tug for quite some time.
Nothing wrong with a good rub and tug now and then.
A friend of mine went into a massage parlor up in Canada, British Columbia, and wanted a massage, and they wouldn't give it to him. That's not what we do here.
Really? I could just imagine.
It depends how they therapist if you want a massage in British Columbia, Canada. Prostitution's not illegal there. It's not legal, but it
depends how they feel.
Well, it's illegal to solicit a woman. It's not illegal to offer her service.
Oh, so you can't ask for a rub and tub,
but she's got to offer it. She's got to offer it. Oh, that's interesting.
What's it called again, Warren? A rub and what?
Rub and tub. Rub a duck.
Okay, thanks, Aladdin. We'll call you, nickname you Aladdin now.
Right. Okay.
I wish you could do that. Like, remember that film? I Dream of Jeannie. God, that'd be lovely. I had a crush on her.
No, I think we all did back in the 70s, back in the 60s.
I used to have a crush on Sally Field, and then I had a crush of I Dream of Jeannie. Oh, Barbara, whatever that was. She was
Barbara Feldham, yeah. Samantha from I Dream of Jeannie. No, Samantha from Bewitched. She was my favourite.
And I
much better.
I liked her, and I liked Movie Star on Gilligan's Island. You know, remember the Movie Star?
Oh, the Movie Star, Ginger Rogers or what her name was. Yeah.
I think that dirty old professor was fucking her.
I like The Girl Next Door.
The Girl Next Door. Which in what? That's a TV series or?
No, the Mary Ann.
Oh, the Mary Ann. The Mary Ann.
She was more the girl next door, you know.
Well-fed
farm girl.
They did eat well for being on a bloody deserted island, didn't they?
What's that, Gilligan's Island?
In Thailand.
I like Gilligan's Island, but you know they eventually got off the island, don't you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like they'd never get off. Just like
they did. No. They eventually get off the island. They made another series. Spoiled the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, there have been some reunion shows where they go back to the island. I think they made a resort.
Yeah, they should never have let the fuckers. Should never have let the fuckers off the island. That spoiled my childhood memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have used it for a nuclear testing site at some point. Just up in some.
Well, this is with Montgomery and Bewitched. She should have twigged her nose and got rid of that ugly fucking husband of hers, Darren.
I think we probably need to keep the F word down a little bit, actually.
Wasn't I'm a moderator. I'll ban myself.
Fruitcake.
Nobody's listening, Warren, so don't worry.
Oh, we got 33 people listening, haven't we? Probably a few more.
That's why I love those vlogs when people say, "Go ahead, say what you want to say." Nobody's listening. They've got 2 million viewers.
We're not going to turn this into largely luxury show, okay?
Like, it's all gone pear-shaped.
It's all gone pear-shaped. Oh, go! He's got a good audience. He always gets a great live stream turnout when he does one, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he makes a lot of money.
Hey,
And he doesn't even answer the questions or read the comments.
hey, all you fuckers! Unless of course you put that little dollar thing and give me. I'm not going to stuff you guys. Yeah.
And then he just sits there and eats pizza, and then he has two other guys come on and actually answer the questions and run the whole thing for him, and he's just stuffing his mouth with pizza, throwing down beers and eating ice cream, and walking around in his underpants, and he's making thousands.
We probably I think we've been breaking our own rules. We don't talk about all the other vloggers on here.
Archie's all right. He doesn't care. The whole premise of Archie's channel is trolls. That's how his channel works. He's turned trolls into an art form.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, his whole channel's full. You go and read his comments one day. You'll see he doesn't give a shit.
These drivers here don't seem to give a shit. Hey, look, I'm on this side of the road here, guys. You want to kill me?
Hey, William. Warren Mossy asked you before when you got in Thailand, got the Thailand travel bug. Robert said, when did you first start thinking about going to Thailand?
Well, my first trip was well, apart from the fact that Darren took me to was it Pat Pong the first night we were there, popped my cherry. I didn't think much about Thailand. It was a 5-day quick visit. It was a second trip.
Your what?
It was a
Your what?
Pop my bar girl cherry,
Oh God.
I'm
only a youngster, Warren. You're talking language that I can understand.
I'm trying to be, politically correct here.
I haven't lived a sordid life like you.
But anyway, after that, I did 5 days here. Didn't think much of the place, but it was not Australia. Then I had to come back. Came back 3 months later to do some more work, more setup. It was I think the second visit because I was here for a week, and that got me a chance to actually get around more places rather than Pat Pong. I got to see a bit more of Thailand. I did a few other runs around the place.
Robert asked me when I first came. I was 28 years old, and a friend from work who was about 45, and then a lot of other friends, like a group where we worked, were always going to Thailand. And I hadn't travelled before I was 28. And I said, Stephen, why don't you come with us to Pattaya? And the bastards did nothing but set me up the whole time I was there. I was sitting at a bar and couldn't work out why all these women were coming up to me. I thought I was popular, and they were all sitting in the background, right? And I'm buying everybody drinks, and I thought it was just so different to what I'd known in Australia, and that was my first introduction to Thailand through mates at work.
Yeah. But it was probably a second trip that I sort of fell in love with the place, and I could sort of see that these business trips were just like icing on the cake from my position. I was already sort of top salary bracket in my vocation anyway by that time. So I only got CPI increases and bonuses each year, and just the trips to Thailand became an extra bonus again because, like I get the holiday without actually having taken holidays. It was actually 2009 got to the point where the boss sort of said, if you don't start taking holidays, we'll make you take them,
Actually, Robert, it was a good introduction, but I was a very naive 28-year-old. As I said, I hadn't been out of Australia. I was probably still a virgin. I don't remember. I didn't take drugs. I was very straight. Trust me, I was as straight as an arrow. And my sister, who was a nurse, she said, well, don't you think you'd be better off going to New Zealand,
That was the main line.
That's
the main line going down south. We just crossed over there.
Okay. Well, sorry.
That's right. You just missed it.
Yeah. She said, don't you think you should be going to New Zealand? And my mate, who was in the room, he said, New Zealand? Fuck that! You never get a route in New Zealand. And I thought, oh God! And I thought this is all going pear-shaped. And I said, well, I'll try Thailand out to my sister, and if I don't like it, I'll go to New Zealand next time. How about that? And she says, "Oh, okay then, okay." But she was trying to give me a nice hint. But every time you say you go to Thailand in Australia, you're a dirty old bastard, you know, or young bastard. Something wrong with you. But only sheep in New Zealand, says Robert.
The rule at the office going, and once you got to do these trips, what goes in Thailand stays in Thailand. And again, we had an office in we had an office in New Zealand. What goes in New Zealand stays in New Zealand. And those little rules. They worked all right, but that's all part of being in that position.
What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Yeah. You soon start to play the game.
Tommy Crush said 28 perfect days for an up-and-coming sex tourist. And mine was different, Tommy. Mine was different. She'd never been with a man before. I was the first. Mine was the cashier in the bar. She never goes with men. Such a good cashier, she got all my money. I didn't even have to count my money. She just took the whole wallet off me.
Oh, she'd already counted your wallet before you got in there.
Yeah, well, she's a cashier.
That's it. She's
cashed all my cash. I never had trouble,
get past that truck. Yeah, get past that truck.
Robert, I was an open 17-year-old guy when I first came back in December 1979. An open-eyed 17-year-old. 17. Jesus, Robert, you were young. 79. God, things would have been different then. I wish I was there that early. I think I got there in the late 80s. 90, 89, 90, around early 90s. So
Mana's back in the house. Last minute change where it went to the nautical attraction. Okay, there's a nautical. What's a nautical attraction? Send us a Google map pin of the nautical. Where's that in Pattaya?
Water. Underwater or something.
I guess it's something to do with water. It's obviously a park of some sort.
Robert was 17 in Thailand and I was still at bloody school or working. Jesus, Robert. I've had a hard life.
Yeah, Robert's of an age with me.
You were 17 too when you went to Thailand, Thomas?
No, in 79 I was 16.
Oh shit, I'm a lot older than you.
I have yet to get to Thailand, but my hopes are for next year.
Oh, you're only a spring chicken.
Mana, we've got like the Mall Bangkay here, just down the road, has got a water park on top of the actual mall. And then there's another water park just above Puttamonton to the north of us here. And there's one a little bit south of us. So there's a few dotted around the place. But they're all really for kids.
Yeah, like a theme park, yeah.
Yeah, they're a theme park.
Swimming pool with funny shapes.
So we're coming up now to Snake Mountain. You can see these little outcroppings of rock in the video. This is actually Snake Mountain we're coming up to now. This is the thing I loved about Thailand. It's just so flat, and what the hell is it? There's just rocks coming out of the ground like that. What the hell is that all about? But yeah, so it must have been a limestone fissure or something that didn't erode the same way as everything else.
Robert says have to run. Warren Stephen off to Macro.
Off to Macro, get some food.
Macro's a big shopping centre, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a shopping chain. Yeah.
You think it's better than Tesco or not?
Macro are more the, how Safeway were they really got their fame because it was their box pricing and everything else like that in Safeway before they really.
Safeway.
Yeah.
You're talking about in Sydney and Melbourne.
In Sydney and Melbourne, yeah. But
we don't have it in WA.
Yeah, Macro's the same way. It's like bulk product. They're usually big places, and you're buying things by the dozen. Generally, most of their products are priced that way that you get bonuses for buying more of the bulk product.
So it's like Costco and Sam's.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
In bulk.
Yeah, but who needs
That's what I do.
150 rolls of toilet paper all at once?
Well,
I do.
not when you got bum guns, at least. No.
I buy. The trouble is, I eat in bulk as well.
Yeah. You don't use toilet paper in Thailand. You use bum guns. Toilet paper is for
I had one here.
yeah. Toilet paper is for cleaning up. You know, it's like we use serviettes in Australia. We use toilet paper here for your finger. You know, cleaning up after your food. You know.
The only thing I worry about bum guns is there's somebody else like used them before me. You know.
Well, that's what generally everybody uses the bum guns, so they all use them before you.
Yeah, but I take my own bum gun with me now.
Do you? Right.
And a spanner, and I just change it over when I get to the hotel.
You're not supposed to put the bum up your bloody brown eye.
No, but I'm saying people probably do.
Well,
I can't trust everybody.
you got trust issues.
So I take a spanner and I undo it and I put my own bum gun on.
So here we are coming into the Snake Mountain little reserve here. Right, there's the actual big symbol of the the big totem at the front of a what do you call it, a cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is this near Phetchaburi?
This is actually in Ratchaburi. It's above
west of Bangkok.
It's south. Oh, it is actually west of Bangkok. It's almost directly west.
Oh, I just love the
beautiful
country.
day. Weather-wise, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
So
very clear skies.
Let's just do a. Well, it's just coming up to the cut.
That's what you got to do to get out of Bangkok occasionally. Some of the areas of Bangkok.
Let me just bring up a map.
Look at that semi. He's going to wipe you out, mate. You nearly died there.
Let me put up a map.
Yes, I did.
So where we go? Up to Google Maps. So bring that up in here. We're going to
nice roads, nice weather. What more could you ask for?
Snake Mountain. What's the name of the damn thing? We call it Snake Mountain. It's not called Snake Mountain. It's called Khao Nu Stone Park. So there it is. Some directions.
I think Khao means snake, doesn't it?
Yeah, Khao means snake. Right. So
I'm not sure.
We actually took this route here. So that's
like, okay, moo is pork and cow is snake. What is cow?
Cow is mountain.
Oh yeah, cow's mountain.
No,
sorry, cow's
what
mountain.
Do you say for beef?
Yeah. So yes, the cow. Yeah, there's a different pronunciation. Cow, as in mountain. I think that's cow with a low tone, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, you got cow rice, cow for the colour white, and cow for mountains. And cow for, and there's probably a few others.
Let's do our
people know.
Let's do our Thai lessons. I didn't know this is.
Look up the word cow. Anything. You'll probably see my ex-missus comes up.
So it's cow, as in that's a low tone.
Snake.
Low or rising? Hold on a second.
Okay, well, just look up the word, Warren. Don't worry about that. Enough without worrying about tones. Cow.
I'd have to look.
K-H-A-O. K-H-A-O.
Thai language is probably better described here. Mountain. Okay, so it's not really going to help me there. This website here uses Windows Media Player as a default, and you've got to reset your language every time. Hill, mountain, Luke, classifier. Okay.
Classifier, so it's adjective, like an adjective or
group. So okay, cow is actually a rising tone. Sorry, I got that wrong. Rising tone.
Cow moo.
Khao Nu. Anyway.
No, we did park last week. We said park last week, but I've got a funny feeling park's just fucking park.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Excuse your language. Yes, that was the route we took through there. That was all the windy, twisty roads. If you actually saw the video, I did the what do you call it, the revive ride through there, which gives you a bit of a look at it.
Play, Ron. Warren, hit play so we hear the sound. Oh.
I can't. It's just I have to reset. I have to reset things.
There under the word mountain. Under the word mountain, there's a little speaker.
No, it won't. I have to reset the browser to actually play it. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass. That website just doesn't play very well. I can do it better in Google Translate. But anyway, just getting back to the map. So we now take this run back through the longer way. So it's a longer run, another 10 kilometres longer, but it's actually a quicker run.
House sock is a houseboat.
Okay, so let's go to Google Google Translate. Google Translate. We can get a better. It'll give me the actual words. So if I go to English, mountain.
Doing it while you're doing it. See if I can beat you.
PopeKael.
PopeKael. Cow. So it's the rising tone.
PopeKael.
PopeKael. PopeKael. So sad. Sounds so sad.
You can actually, when it does a slow, you can actually hear the rising tone.
Cow.
PopeKael. God, that's hard to say.
Cow.
Yeah, it's bloody hard. It's almost like an echo.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about Thai lessons for today. So we throw everything in here. This channel.
Yeah, that's all. That's right. It's all our minds can take is one word.
That's it. Enough about Thai language.
That's enough. Teacher, no more.
Here
one
I'm
word's
being
enough.
Smart ass, and you guys have to give me a Thai English language.
PopeKael.
Well, Stephen is the English. Stephen is the English language teacher. You know.
Doesn't mean I can speak it well.
Okay, Jim. Thanks for tuning in for us. Okay.
I've lost your channel. Where's your channel?
I don't know. Or you broke it, did you? You broke the system again.
It's there.
Old MacDonald had a farm wall.
32 watching, 25. So we've maintained that for the entire time. We're doing very well. Or the people watching are.
Well, it is a Saturday. Like there's a lot of Thai people out there enjoying the sunny weather. If we had some rain here, we might have a few more Thais involved. You know.
Luke says Wua, his cow. I thought it was Nua. What's cow in Thai? I thought it was Nua. So you might be right.
Cow.
Cow. I thought it was Nua.
I'd have to look it up. Yeah. Something like that.
So you might be right. Wua. All right. What do we go to now, Warren? We've been on long enough.
So we're back. We're now taking the ride back. So we're just riding back along this back road here to the main road, and then we'll take the main road up. So it gets, again, what it's like to, what's like it's riding, not so much in the countryside, but more the city driving on the main thoroughfares.
Before you do that, you got the lovely background there. Can you do yourself sitting in the middle of it again?
Me sitting in the middle of it.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I mean, like this
at the beginning.
Me sitting on the. There it is.
You take yourself out of the corner. No, you sit in the middle like
it's
there.
Coming up. 10 seconds later.
You want to see?
There you go. I'm sitting on the on the gas tank.
You know how your picture's in the little corner of the screen?
Yeah, it's not now. You're not watching. Where are you?
I don't know. Maybe it's a 10-second delay.
Well, it's been there for 10 seconds at least.
Okay. Well, then you got to add in my. Yeah. Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. My opinion, right?
Yeah, it's all right. Okay. So.
How much juice would a ride like this burn up? Tommy Cross says. How much petrol do you use?
I had a full tank when I left, and pretty much this ride was pretty much a full tank. Yeah.
Including the Red Bull.
So it's 150, maybe 180 kilometres. I think I gave it 200 kilometres on a tank full.
That includes the Red Bull.
The Red Bull, yeah, that was the other tank. I actually had 2 coffees when I was at the Snake Mountain.
Jesus Christ. You'd be crazy as a mad hatter by the time you got there.
I was all revved up, ready to go.
Well, yeah, no wonder you were yelling at the traffic.
I had a full packet of cigarettes, half a pack of cigarettes, full tank of gas, sunglasses. And
out of my way, motherfucker.
What is it? How does the Blues Brother thing? So
Out of my way! I'm on a mission from God.
Should have thrown a couple.
There we go.
rails.
That's the one we want.
Well, what was it?
Ah, this is fun.
What was that? What was that, Augie?
Sit on the motorbike.
Give Augie a chance. Come on, Augie. What was that?
I said you should have thrown a couple rails of coke in there just to top it off.
Oh yeah, I should have. Yeah.
What do you mean should have? He did. Look at him! Look at him here! Look at him here! Okay, he's sitting on the motorbike. He's sitting in a chair. He's riding. That would be fantastic. Look, you see. This is great.
Yeah, but
Looks like
going
he's sitting on the
backwards,
motorbike.
You know, that's just wrong.
Yeah, yeah. How good is
that
he?
is complete.
That's great.
Trust in the right.
You're running a bit of a
You see
delay
the-
there. You're running a long delay. Just make sure you're not that far delayed on your video.
It is. Unfortunately, you have to do something when you're in.
No, you got to slide the slider to the end so it catches up.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was funny.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, you see the handlebars on the motorbike. and then you're this.
Dowlow's asking how's the gel seat. Well, I'm not getting anywhere near as much fatigue on this, on the rides out. I got off the bike there and went up and sat down and have a cup of coffee. Didn't even feel like I would feel before.
Warren didn't need a gel seat. He just got Botox in his cheeks.
I got silicone implants. Yeah. Yeah, the ride this Sunday, I'm going to have to make sure I fill up at least when we meet the second lot of guys north of the city, because that would be more than a tank full.
Something tells me I'm going to be stupid and buy a little small bike when I get over there and try and follow you on one of your rides. But I don't know, it's a bit scary.
No, we'll ride slow enough for you to keep up
You
with us.
won't be able to. It'd be impossible. You wouldn't be able to. It'd drive you nuts. I mean, I'd have to ride 80 k's, which would be too fast for me. I'm not going above 50.
So, what's a 650, 750 run price wise over there?
Well, mine was the list price of mine was 329,000. No, 325,000 was the list price for the cafe model. I got it with 30,000 baht off. Done 315, so I got it for 285. That's right, 285.
That was brand new.
Brand new, yeah. Chanya's bike, the CB650, we bought second hand at 210. The list price of the CB, I think, was around about 290 for that model, but it didn't come in the red, white, and blue. She wanted the red, white, and blue, so we bought the red, white, and blue second hand. I know it sounds weird, but you know what girls are like. It's all about the colour.
Yeah, the colour
Not
and
just girls. Some men are that way too.
When it comes to cars and motorbikes, yeah, men are just as fastidious in terms of colours.
Yeah, it is an emotional decision, yes.
Well, you're going to be riding around on that. You don't want to see something like Charlie Sheen said. You see a yellow Ferrari, I mean, that person should have their arse removed.
Yeah. So this is the main road going back to Bangkok. There is another one that goes through Nakhon.
Back on New York.
No,
Easy
Sakon.
for you to say.
Sakahorn.
But this is the main route. This is the main route that most people take back through Nakhon Pathom. Sakon Sayok. These words just get too much for me.
I swear I'd like to move there and cut a road and call it Lit Green. Soy Lit Green.
Call it what?
Soy wet dream.
Soy Lit Green.
Oh, Soylent Green. Yes. You know, there is actually there is a company. There is a company in America that actually calls themselves Soylent, and they make these food substitutes. And one of their selling points, it's not people.
Or so they say.
No, or so they say. I was going to get involved in the whole project a few years ago and be one of the early adopters or the early buyers. What do they call it? GoFundMe or what are the things that they call it?
GoFundMe, yeah.
Is it GoFundMe? It's not actually GoFundMe. It's when you actually sponsor a business, not a person.
I don't know, sponsor, I suppose.
No, it was just an early adopter sponsorship sort of thing.
I can't remember. Let me look.
But it's a similar thing as well. GoFundMe is more a very personal thing, whereas this is another one where you're buying the product before it comes to market, so they can raise the capital, and when it comes to market, then you actually get the product.
Oh, okay. Never did that.
It's quite. I'm just trying to think what it's called. It's just name. Somebody will tell us in a minute. Don't worry.
No, they won't.
Oh, there's another new name that hasn't joined us before. Scuffed, g'day. Scuffed 720 HD. Yeah, so this is, as I said, this is the main road back, and this is what it's like. It's, in one sense, it's, for a bike rider, it's a little bit more boring because it's pretty much straight everywhere you go. And then, of course, you have to deal with the idiots who want to change lanes all the time.
I like when I see, like if I'm feeling a bit homesick and I see a garage and it's got Caltex or something that we have at home here, it makes me feel a bit better somehow. I don't know why.
What was that, Oggy?
Kickstarter?
Kickstarter, that's it. Kickstarter is the thing we're thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've heard of that.
So they put a Kickstarter out about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and they're still going. They're actually sort of selling their product now as different flavours.
There you go. Esso petrol station, that's another good one.
Mazda,
Sometimes I don't feel so homesick. I feel like, oh yeah, okay, it's not so bad.
Looks just like the US.
Yeah, PT, that's a petrol station chain. That's probably one of the most popular Thai brands.
Anybody else feel that way when you see these foreign signs? It sort of helps you cope a bit?
Yeah, well, you're not feeling so disassociated from the countryside, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't lie. I feel like, well, shit, I'm still in civilization, no matter how sort of
how far out west
scary
you
it
are.
gets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like I'm not going to be eaten by fucking pygmies in the fucking Northern Hill Tribe areas of whatever.
Well, that Northern Hill Tribe with the girls who all have those brass things on their neck,
Yeah, I don't think they eat people though.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. That's a
they're long. They call them the
long neck.
people.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy stuff.
Yeah, I remember they used to hide them from the public because they're actually making money. We won't go into that. That's too political. But yeah. See it. When if you're just seeing all Thai writing and all Thai sort of, it can be a bit of a downer after a while because you don't understand anything. You know what I mean? You see something, shit, I know what that is.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the thing we're going to deal with the house hunting. Is like I'm out more than Chanya is, and I'm seeing these little signs. And the only thing I really recognise is the numbers. Like 2.1 million, 2.1 million baht. And I'm going, well, the only thing they'll be selling for that is a house. And I could probably make out there might be the picture of a house in there. I can't see where it is, but I make a mental note where it is, and then I sort of say, well, then we go driving, and then I drive down those same streets. Let's go and check this estate.
Andy Stubbs agreed there. He says, yeah, when I see Macca's or KFC, etc., I feel at home.
Yeah.
It is nice, but then on the other hand, if you're stuck in the tourist area, it gives you the shits because you've used to seeing it at home all the time.
That's it, yeah.
So it's ironic, when you've been in Thailand a long time though. Well, I think it was more so when I went, which was 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, it was even more salient. When you saw something that was foreign, it helped you get over that homesickness.
So what's Tommy Crush said there? Do I have to put a translate on that?
Los Malvinas Británicos siempre sounds like some sort of Spanish.
It's Spanish, yeah. The British Falklands.
Mexican.
The British Falklands. I don't know what that means.
Las Malvinas Británicos siempre. I don't know what it is. Could be Mexican.
Oh, it is Spanish. Google Translate said it was Spanish.
Oh, did it? Okay. Same thing, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So that's probably in reply to Scuffed from Argentina.
Oh. Mexico and Spain are very similar, aren't they? I don't know.
No, they're completely different places.
I know, I'm joking. I'm being ironic.
You're being Stephen.
Spanish.
Isn't the language, though, fairly similar?
Yeah, it is, but some of the tenses are a little different.
Mm.
It's interesting.
It is, isn't it, Spanish?
He's just saying hello. That's what he was. Yeah, okay.
He wasn't swearing.
Huh.
Just because you speak a foreign language, Warren, doesn't mean you're swearing.
Yeah, well, it's one of those sort of things, isn't it? They could be swearing.
First thing I learned in any foreign language.
How to say F off.
Stephen, es scheiß den mit dem Fliegelkonnik Ehren.
Oh my God, that was sound. What was that? That was Cyborg.
That was German. It's about the only thing I remember out of my German lessons.
Oh.
Es scheiß den mit dem Fliegelkonnik Ehren.
Same to you.
You eat shit. 10 million flies can't be wrong.
Oh my God, is that what you learned?
That's one of the few things I still remember in German.
That's a terrible thing to say to your moderator. What does it mean again? You eat shit and what?
10 million flies can't be wrong. And du großen schmutziger Arschloch.
Jesus Christ, he's gone all bloody German on us.
Du Straßenmädchen.
Oh, Christ, we'll be goose stepping in a minute.
Beer Herr, oh, der Luftballon. Beer Herr, oh, der Luftballon.
Going back to the Hitler Youth here. Jeez, this show's gone scary all of a sudden.
Thousands of dollars to get me deprogrammed.
Start seeing swastikas go up in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, they can't post that sort of stuff. Otherwise, they would, wouldn't it?
Bloody hell! Go on, Ron. We're with that song. That was good. Do it because
it's a German beard. That's an Oktoberfest song. That one. Beer Herr, oh, der Luftballon. Beer Herr, beer. Bring the beer before I fall down.
Bloody hell.
That does sound like Oktoberfest.
Yeah, so we get a bit more speed up on the way back as well, and as we get more traffic, you'll see me doing a lot of what I call it, lane splitting at speed, playing chicken with freaking buses.
At least buses can't open a door into.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Nothing worse than
So Warren Gerds.
They're going to open their car door.
Warren Gerds is. Sorry, Warren Gerds is German, is it?
Yeah. Gerds is actually from that. It's Germanic, but it's Northern Germanic. Yeah, comes from that's derived from.
Any of your family speak German or?
No. I did 2 years of German. Did 2 years as an elective in school.
Oh, right. And that's what your teacher used to teach you. What a sick.
No, that was what we learnt outside class. I can't remember any of the bloody stuff I learnt in class.
Go on, give me one more song. Come on.
That's about all I remember.
No, one more.
Oh, that's all I remember. Honestly, I don't know.
Frost.
What's that Elvis Presley song? I used to know that one as well. I'd have to have Elvis Presley actually sing it for me to remember the words.
He was American, right? Elvis Presley was American.
But it was there was a German song that he did. It was in G.I. Joe. It was in the movie G.I. Joe. I used to sing that one as well. Teddy Bear, that's it, Teddy Bear. Was it Teddy Bear? It wasn't Teddy Bear. That wasn't Teddy Bear, was it?
Teddy Bear was not a.
That wouldn't be the one.
No. Yeah, Elvis.
Just gonna be my
Teddy Bear. You do a good Elvis impersonation. You just need the sideburns, mate. Yeah, they're not too bad. There's not too many sort of obstacles. I think the biggest obstacle on the main roads is just all the traffic. This is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? This is just traffic going between Bangkok and
And you're going against traffic, right? So it's the afternoon. You're going into Bangkok.
yeah. We're coming into Bangkok. You'll actually notice I'm actually driving north right now, but as we swing around to drive east, drive east, you'll notice the grey clouds started to build up, and we do hit rain in the last 15 minutes. Trying to pick a day at this time of the year that you don't have rain.
Motorcycles and rain.
Yeah, well, the drivers just get a bit crazy with the.
That's the only downfall.
Is that the one? Oh yeah. Tommy Crush says Wooden Heart, Warren.
Wooden Heart.
Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should.
Wohnstätte, die Lady Mouse. Yeah.
But I don't have a wooden heart. Do, 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 do. That one, yeah, I know the one.
Yeah. One of the verses in German, yeah.
I think I need to sing that to you so you treat me better. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. I'm not made of wood, and I don't have
Oh my God.
Oh, it's making me sad.
You know you like it when people treat you like.
I've lost the plot.
But they are big on sort of, the centre partition and the greenery in Thailand. I do like that we see a bit of this, and on the way back.
Look, they do need to do a lot of more replanting because they did a lot of logging in Thailand.
Joe Ford says to stick with your teaching job, Stephen.
So I know. Yeah, I think you're right there. No, it's not. I forgot a better voice than that. I've just been eating chili.
Let me know
Better in karaoke when I'm pissed.
Dueling Elvis.
Dueling Elvises.
I sound better when you're pissed.
I think everybody sounds better when they're pissed. They also
Better when I'm pissed too.
they look better when they're pissed.
My tie gets better when I'm pissed.
Beer goggles and whiskey hearing aids.
That's it.
When I'm pissed, all my tie makes sense to me. I don't care if anybody understands it. Women just nod at you and smile as if to say, yeah. I've got no idea what you're talking about, but keep going.
They're just looking at your butt.
Probably not looking at my body. They just can't see anything over my body.
No, your BAHT.
I just sort of block the sun out. They're small, aren't they, Thai women? Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's some tall ones, but they weren't originally women,
Oh, well.
Yeah. That's the frightening part.
Well, I'm allowed to make fun of ladyboys, okay, because I'm engaged to one, okay?
Well, with that logic,
Yeah,
I'm
no
allowed to
problem
make
with
fun of
that.
women.
Speaking of ladyboys,
I'll let
have
her
you
make fun of
seen
women.
Sorry, go on,
Have you
Augie.
seen the
Women, I'm married to one.
video?
Sorry, like Stephen keeps on shouting over you. Go on,
No, I was
Yogi.
just saying, have you seen the Prime, Amazon Prime's video, Ladyboys Inside Thailand's Third Gym?
No, I can't say I have.
I should check it out. It's from 2014. It's quite interesting.
Well, 26 watching, 26 thumbs up. We've kept a pretty good flow of viewers.
So it's called Ladyboys Inside Thai Gym.
No, Ladyboys Inside Thailand's Third Gender.
Oh, okay.
Thailand's third gender.
Okay, I can. Yep, I can see 11 seaters on that one. 1080p. I might just click on that and see if I can get that. They're downloading.
Are you allowed to play Thai music on the channel, Warren?
Okay, there's nobody seeding it, so I can't get it. I'll leave it run for about an hour, see if it does pick up.
Oh, that's right. They don't have Amazon in Thailand, do they?
No, I'm just looking at somewhere else. I'm not saying anything more than that. Open source page.
Understood. It's XIVETV is the producer.
Exhibit.
It's kind of a documentary.
Walk down to the preacher and say, hey, I do. Come on over and love me. You know you want me to. Boom, boom, boom. You still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to see if I can get that torrent, that's all.
Come on, Warren, we need your lead in this.
T word.
Hey? Sorry, where?
The T word.
I don't know, did I say the T word, did I? Jeez, I'm slack.
You were being so careful up to that point.
Yeah, I know. I just, God, we're in 2 hours into the video.
You heard the expression 2 in 1, Warren?
2 in 1.
Yeah, in reference to the third gender or ladyboys, or if you heard that.
I can't say I've heard I can understand how it could be thought of a terminology.
Yeah. I heard it recently on somebody's video. It's 2 in 1. Apparently the Thais refer to them as that in a jocular way, you know. 2 in 1. I don't know if it's a derogative term, is it, or does that?
I don't know. I saw a meme come up the other day where there was a dual pricing men and women, right? And you know he's complaining. The person's complaining about the fact that what is this? It's discrimination. You're charging women $60 and you're charging men $80. Why are you charging me $140? Which is because you're both.
Don't know whether Scuffs. Scuffs asked a question here, Warren. Are you happy with that? To leave it up?
Yeah,
or
that's
do
all
you
right.
want
Yeah.
me to-
Did lady boy ear sperm eat? Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's obviously well. I think he's trying to look. That's the sort of discussion I normally have with my viewers privately.
Yeah. You want me to delete that?
No, it's not a big issue. But
Yeah,
we won't talk about the specifics unless, of course, we're private. But if you do want to have these discussions on a proper level, just catch me on Facebook. And I do talk about this stuff quite often. But I do.
Warren's very direct, guys, but just be a little bit respectful. I mean, there's some questions here that you shouldn't be asking.
So, but if you really want to know,
Warren will,
no, it's all right. It's okay for asking, but we've got to look at the fact that there are a certain set of rules and guidelines that YouTube have, and that sort of stuff borders on what they call pornography. It's not actually pornography, but it's a sort of a level that Google have an issue with. Well, not so much Google, mate. It's the people who have poor sensibilities of being able to have a. what's the word?
I decided to. I removed it on Warren's behalf. Warren's probably Warren's probably more generous than me, but I did remove it because I think if YouTube were to look at that, it could get in trouble.
Yeah. So,
So,
more to the point, if you want to have
remove that.
if you want to have the discussion, hit me up on Facebook, or Line, or Twitter, or something, where we can talk individually, or better still, join the Discord channel, and catch me off stream sometime, and we can have a discussion about it. I definitely don't have any secrets, but
yeah, but we don't want to go down.
we just don't want to go down that sort of that track on the channel. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of rubbish floating off. A little bit of rubbish floating on the back of the track.
That's all. You're not removed or anything.
Yeah.
Just delete the message. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what I'll do,
time
guys. If I think it's not
everything, right?
acceptable, I'll remove it. Yeah, that's a bit over the top. Okay, leave it there. That'll
You
do.
come to Thailand next month. Well, hopefully we can catch up. As I said, on Facebook, that's my community. Discord, which is a link down below. You can get into the Discord channel, and I'm always on Discord, or catch me there. And let's sort of organise to come up. We got our meetups every 2 weeks. We've also got a public meetup with the meetup crew every Friday. So we do get out and about, and we're quite happy to sort of link up with you at some stage. Excuse me. I think Stephen's been talking more this video than I have.
Nah, I'll still never beat you.
So as far as bike rental, and does anybody there rent the larger bikes, or are they all the small?
Okay, there was the video, the most recent car video I did. It's a couple of months back. I was talking to a guy on one of the stands there, and if you pause the video, there's a line, a line code. This guy here rents the big bikes. I can't remember the name of the company now, but I'd have to go back to the video. But it's a couple of months back. It's a car. It was the Hot Rod Car Show or something or other. I'd have to go back and look at my list of stuff. But there are a few places, and they're relatively inexpensive. But again, you need a bike license before they'll rent you and all that sort of stuff as well. But most people are quite happy. Now, when Ian comes over, he hires scooters. He says he's only really in Bangkok, and a scooter's so much easier to get around in Bangkok, and less likely for somebody to come along on a pickup and try to steal it. Because you start renting these big bikes, and they're expensive, and if you park it in the wrong place, four tires could just jump out of a truck somewhere and jump out of a flatbed and load your bike onto the back of a truck, and then you're off. They don't do us so much with scooters.
I saw a copper then.
Yeah.
I weigh enough that most scooters would not, I believe, be very resilient.
Good point. You'll find something like the more modern Phenos with the wider tyre. The 150cc class scooters are designed for. Quite honestly, I've seen some absolute lard asses on scooters, but and I wasn't talking about Stephen.
I like to think
he's going to come over and box my ears.
I don't really think I'm fat.
I've seen pictures of you. You're not a lard ass, Steve. I don't know why you keep on calling yourself fat.
Well, I'm 120 odd kilos, so I think I could fit into the category.
But
I might qualify.
You're big everywhere. It's not like when I say a lard ass, which is small skinny arms and this blub of fat around the freaking ass area. The lard asses, they could look like they're.
I'm a bit more tall.
Okay.
If I was 5'4",
Okay, so I'm a lard ass.
Oh right, okay. I wasn't saying anything there. I honestly wasn't saying anything there.
Well, I'm pushing 160 kilos.
160. Yeah. Okay. So,
What?
the
160?
the 300cc class scooters are a bit better. But yeah, you wouldn't get on a crutch rocket, but what would you get? So again, you're going to be limited to what would, like, you'd have to be looking at something like a BM or something to take your weight. These the
Yeah,
Japan,
out of self-respect, I wouldn't get on a quad truck.
yeah, the Japanese bikes just wouldn't look right.
Out of self-respect.
You'd have to be going for a Harley or a BM.
Or a
Well, I mean,
four-wheeler.
I like Hondas. A nice 650, 750 up in that size range.
Yeah,
I had a Goldwing, which was a
there you go. It's lane splitting with two buses. Yeah,
Oi.
oi, it's coming up now.
Don't do that with me on the back of your bike, please. Fuck that.
It's good to have a bit of acceleration on your bike.
Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Oh, no, what are you doing?
the humanity.
But the Thai drivers are usually drive a lot, and the roads are wide enough generally to do this. I wouldn't recommend most people for lane splitting at 60 kilometres an hour. But if you do it right like
As long
this,
as you aren't going
yeah,
too much faster than the cars you're passing, it's not so
yeah. But if you do it in this weave pattern, like if you've got a nice stagger of the traffic, pick the stagger and you weave between the traffic. Of course, that bus was the exception. They weren't going to. Any Thai lady under 5 foot and 40 kilos is good for me.
That's most of them.
That's most of them, exactly right.
Although they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger.
Well, that's it. Western food is starting to put a few pounds on them. But the interesting thing that I do sort of make that comment every so often. Even the overweight Thais, the ones that have put a few pounds on, they still look so much cuter than the ones that of similar nature in Australia. The girls in Australia just let themselves go. At least the Thai girls have put a few pounds on, but they still wear nice dresses and and make themselves look pretty.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of the Latinas we have around here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're still beautiful women, even if they've got a few extra.
That motorcycle lost on the outside verge overtaking. That's the sort of thing you need. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I think it's a BM. Is it a BM? It looks like a BM. Yeah, Tommy, that's it. They're happy, chubby, not unhappy.
Joe Ford. I asked the last Thai lady how tall she was. She said she was 4'12". Every inch counts.
It does. It sounds bigger. That's 4'12". Sounds bigger than 5 foot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, when we sort of say fat, you'll find some very pretty, chubby ones. Chubby's a nice word. They've got more to hold on to.
Well fed.
Yeah, they like their food. Look, one thing, Thais do love their food, but they're foregoing.
I think it's a Thai food. It's not the Thai food stacking on the way. It's the
But
Western food.
that's right. They're foregoing their somtam for a KFC burger.
Yeah. For a double Whopper upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
Large chips and shake or whatever.
I always prefer my women to weigh more than my meal.
A meal deal.
The one thing I do like about the Thailand roads is all these overpasses. They really, although this is not a freeway, they do a lot of there's lots of overpass building, which means you don't have, how many traffic lights have we hit on this main road? They have the what they call the frontage road. This is the road on the left-hand side. So a lot of places have the frontage road, which is your general service road. Right, you get on here and you've got to feed in and feed out. It does help with the traffic, but then of course they don't have enough frontage road everywhere. It's only when you get into the built-up areas that you have the frontage.
Yeah, I like the cities that have the frontage roads like that.
Hmm.
Albuquerque has it along all their freeway systems, so you drop off and you can basically parallel the freeways and get back on and off just as traffical.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, so that does requires a hell of a lot of land space as well. I'd like to see it on PopeKael Road, but they'd have to knock down half a dozen buildings. They'd have to knock down a lot of buildings to get a frontage road along PopeKael. But they are building another Western distributor as well. It goes out through below and comes out Puttamonton, Sai just below Puttamonton.
So it says, Warren, on your market walkabouts, I see many hotties. I keep pausing the video.
I should focus more on that. I know.
Yes,
Also, the motor shows are good. The motor show ones I keep pausing. It takes me hours to watch a 20-minute video.
Here's up ahead. We've had somebody's lost their fire hydrant. Probably a truck not properly spolted down, spewing its guts everywhere. Got to watch out for everything here, you know. No, of course, nobody's stopping to actually remove it off the road, you know.
Oh, it's like an extinguisher?
Yeah, fire extinguisher, yeah. That would look like a carbon dioxide extinguisher. So I guess it's off a truck because it'd be for putting out petrol fires.
Probably thought it was Hong Kong and threw a bloody tear gas.
No tear gas over here. Home pros are very popular over here. So you can get just about
Fire
everything.
extinguisher, Tommy Crush, I think it was.
Home pros are like our Bunnings. To a degree. I don't think they do wood per se.
This is getting closer. This is getting closer to your house, isn't it, Warren?
Oh, we haven't even hit Nakhon Pantom yet, the actual city.
Oh, okay.
We're coming up into Nakhon Pantom now.
Because I was thinking you have a home pro near your house as from Google Maps. Yeah.
Index living. That's the combat. No. Index living is like Harvey Norman discounts, but without the computers.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a home decorating sort of ideas.
You'll be there soon when you buy the house.
Yeah, that's sort of part of the stuff that we'll be doing. Oh, there's plenty of cheaper stuff than Index Living. That's the high-so stuff.
Are you putting a double bed in my room, or what's going on?
No, the bedroll on. You know, the little Harry Potter room. You only get a bedroll. Sorry. God, you think I'm made of money?
Yeah, I'm not keen on this bloody Harry Potter room, I've got to tell you.
Just get a flat roof and people can just pack, camp on top.
Yeah. So I said we could put a lean-to at the back, but there won't be any air conditioning.
It'll be leaning over when I step on it.
Don't they call that Thai style?
Thai style. Thai style.
Look, Warren.
Yep.
I'm just going to make a decision on this guy. It's just they're not overly bad, but they're getting to be a bit annoying, like a prostitute and all this.
Yeah, okay.
It's just bullshit. I'm sick of it.
I think we have to remove him. Just mute him off the channel. If he wants to have these discussions, he's quite welcome to hit me up outside.
It's sort of a sort of passive trolling. We gave him plenty of.
No, he's from He's from Argentina. He doesn't know the system, unfortunately. But that's no excuse in YouTube's world. You know, that's the thing. Yeah.
He knows enough to know what he's asking. I mean, I've deleted so many now. I'm getting sick of it. It's just taking too much of my attention away.
Yeah, and you want to see the right.
Anyway,
So it's all good. It's all good.
Move on.
Moving on.
You got the idea.
See, now I had a sniff of this morning. I wanted more.
Second strike for me. Second. No, you've been all right, Joe. You're fine, Joe. You're the only subscriber I have, Joe, so you're fine.
Yeah, those Vicks inhalers are wonderful.
Yeah.
See, I had to wait and start drinking after the stream started, so I wouldn't be not kicked off.
Do you know you're only sub, do you, Stephen?
He said I subbed twice. Thanks, Joe. He subbed twice. Ooh, I've got 2. It's a bit embarrassing, my sub count. I don't like to talk about it, to be honest. I did get up to 9 at one stage, but I think that I was buying some.
You were buying some subs, were you? Buying.
Yeah. I bought 8 for 20 cents by myself from there, but it still couldn't make it to 10. I hear you, Warren. You get.
Oh no, I'm just watching the race. See, I actually don't get to see most of this when I'm riding because I'm actually my eyes.
I was going to say
I'm watching
you're
what
not
the
on
traffic.
the motorbike now. You're not on the motorbike now. You
I'm watching what the cars do. I'm anticipating what the cars are doing ahead. I'm in my watching my rear vision mirror, but I don't actually look at what's on the side of the road because I'm driving. You know.
Oh, all right. So you haven't got to look at it. No, it's an interesting ride. What's that car in front of you with the stripes? It looks like
That's
a nice one.
that was a.
New one, new model.
It wasn't a Honda. It wasn't a Toyota. I think it's a.
No.
I think it's a Nissan.
Haven't seen it.
Um,
Sort of high at the back. It's different, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you there, Warren, because I had a buddy that, we were talking about driving to California from Washington State. He's like, oh, great, let's do that. You can drive. I go, no, because you never drive, and I don't get to see a damn thing when I'm driving.
2P.
Yeah, this is
Sorry,
Nakhon.
2P wants to know what it is.
This is Nakhon Pathom, which is west of Bangkok. It's in it's in the Nakhon Pathom province.
I mean, it's interesting. Once you get out of the central Bangkok, it's completely different.
It is. This is why I thought it'd be good. It's the country ride and the city ride back. It's giving you the 2 different styles when you get out of Bangkok directly. And I thought that was why it was interesting.
I used to live in the outer suburbs, and it was really not that too far, just bigger than living in a country, countryside, or the more rural areas. Well, I think it still would have been classed as an urban area, but it was very similar to this. It wasn't. It was completely different from central Bangkok. Sukhumvit, where you're just covered in bloody trains and cars and taxis, and you can't see the sky.
You're also getting an idea of how straight it is. It's just straight. You might get a bend here and a bend there, but it's just it can get quite monotonous, even with the varying
it's very
scenery.
flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how many?
I don't think people realise
from
how big it is.
Bangkok?
Sorry, Augie.
Sorry, I was just curious how many kilometers, miles you are from Bangkok.
We're about maybe 35 kilometres west of where I live, so it's probably 55 kilometres west of Bangkok at this point.
And this is just living area.
Well, this is just basically, this is the main road, so, it's just free for all. The businesses are just free. There is no city planning. This is the thing that people don't realise with Thailand. Well, I guess there could be some sort of city planning at some level, but
there is some, but it's a sprawl, and it's much bigger than people think. People just look at the tourist area and think, oh, that's Bangkok. No, it's all this.
No, this is 50 kilometres out of
Bangkok.
Bangkok.
For miles. Yeah,
So
it's still Bangkok, and
Is there
So was that?
apartments?
Not this.
Housing out in this area?
Probably all you'd get is you'd get estates and what they call shop building or shop houses. You won't find condos out here, or if you do, it'll be sort of 3 or 4 story what they call loft apartments. You might see one coming up shortly. So this thing here on the side is a shop house.
They still have Thais living out here, but it wouldn't be so much for the tourists. That's all.
No, this is Thai living. You won't find tourists living here.
There'll be Thais living out here for sure. I mean,
It is Thailand.
yeah, no, but I mean from the point of view,
Yeah.
it's not just a designated business area. They business and home. You know,
to the left
I
there,
mean,
to the left, to the right there, we've got shop fronts. To the left now, we've got more, shop houses.
look at the concrete. Fuck.
Yeah.
Hell, look at that. Just, oh,
Tesco,
God.
Lotus. That thing on the left after Tesco looks like a business, and then that's a bank. More shop houses on the left. More shop houses. More shop houses.
Tesco's made its way into Thailand in a big way. It's a British company, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's international, but it started in England. Yeah.
It's made its way into Thailand in a huge way. You got your
But
mini Tesco's.
here we coming up the right is it's a shop housing, but it's looks like it's got something on the top of it, and then more shop houses on the left. That's the most common style, is this shop housing, where like it's 3 stories of house, and they got the shop underneath it. They've got a narrow frontage. But coming up to the right here, now that does look like a sort of a rental accommodation. It's not actually a business.
Keep in mind, we're not going down any soys. We're just going on this road. So down the soys and then further back, into the jungle, if you were just to call it that. There'd be whole people living there.
Yeah.
This is the main road, so people tend not to mainly, as I said, we're not going down all the soys. There's heaps of people living there.
Yeah, see, this feels like, home.
Really?
Yeah, from what I'm used to, at least.
Yeah.
It's like the, something like this, you're, 50 kilometers, 30 miles from Bangkok, so you're 45 minutes to an hour during non-rush hour, so it's relatively close.
Yep.
You're probably, 3 or 4 hours from PopeKael and Phuket?
Yeah, Hawke Hill's closest to here than it is to Pattaya. Phuket's a fair distance away, so you don't drive. Most people wouldn't drive to Phuket. They'd catch a plane if they're living in Bangkok. So this road turning left here, that is the northernmost western distributor going into Bangkok.
I mean, you're right to some extent. You could be anywhere in the world now. It's not that much different, is it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Northern California.
Right. Yeah. Well, I can find areas in Australia like this. I mean,
yeah, it's urban sprawl.
Yeah.
But
it's got all the trappings.
Yeah, you're not too far from the entertainment districts. You're not too far from shopping. And you don't have the overweening traffic that downtown Bangkok looks like.
I mean, 30 years ago, you would know you're in Thailand. You wouldn't have all these street lights and roads and concrete and bridges and development per se. I mean, you would know. Fuck. Sorry to Warren. Swear at Warren. I am in Thailand. 30 years ago, I can speak to, but I can't think of. Now it's becoming so similar to the West. If you close your eyes and you were blindfolded, you could be anywhere.
Yeah, but again, you've got these shop houses on the right hand side, and you've got ponds, fishing ponds, and what they call reed farms, and it's just such a mix. It's just people don't get that. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, if you look closely, you will know you're in Thailand because there's, you say Warren says the fish ponds, and then you get these little places where they sell Buddhas, and but it's getting intertwined with all the other stuff, and it's getting harder and harder to spot.
Mm.
You just tend to miss it.
And you've got signs that are Korean or Thai,
yeah.
And just there's just as much.
Yes.
Of that language on the sign as there is English.
That's interesting.
Because
yeah.
you're in Little Saigon or you're in Little Thailand.
Yeah.
Just see Joe Ford there. It's not England. You can't see any speed cameras.
That's funny. Good one, Joe. Been following me too long. He's picking up all my humour.
Well, so you're on voice. He has to pick up the slack, doesn't he? I think Joe's going to have to get a spanner sooner or later.
Yeah. No, if he wants one, give him one now.
Give him one now.
Yeah, Joe's cool.
You know, I mean, this is why I started watching I started watching the videos 6-7 months ago.
Yeah.
In Thailand, just because it was something new and interesting. And
You'll start to see after a
keep
while.
watching them
You
for this reason.
Yeah, you'll start to see after a while. You know, the Thais actually do a lot of things the same way all the time, day in, day out. So they're not as in one sense they are diverse because they have the Western and their own culture. They're mixed together, but the Thais are very conservative. Would you agree, Warren?
They're conservative, highly conservative, is probably what I was to say. They're very traditional. They're very nationalistic. You know, you'll find a picture of the king, King Rama the Ninth, just about in every house. You'll find
it makes it easier to generalise. It makes it easier to generalise about them as a culture, and I'm not talking negative generalisations. I'm just saying it's easy to generalise about them because of their homogenous society. Sorry, I'll go. I sometimes flip into lecture mode. Sorry about that.
It's all right. You're a school teacher.
No, to me, I have kind of broken with a lot of I don't want to say, the normalcy of the U.S. I find a lot of it anymore to be, it's just too damn greedy.
And paternalistic too. Everybody thinking they know what's best for you. Same Australia, mate. I mean, it's just too many people, a nanny state, you know.
Well, nanny state, you got the religious people that they want to tell you what to do. I mean, everybody's got their own opinions and they think theirs is right. It's like, hello, I'm sorry, but you know what? Bug out.
Well, you know, the trouble is, it's okay for everybody to have opinions. Just, you know, play with your toys at home. Don't share them with me.
Right, I'm a big believer in free speech, but can we be a little bit elegant with the free speech and, you know, can we?
I don't need to see your photos from your holiday trip, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, don't force them upon me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure you get a lot of enjoyment and thrills out of them, but I don't need to see them.
Now we're just going up the Tar Chan River here. This is the main river west of Bangkok, and that's my favourite restaurant just to the left there. That's the PopeKael floating restaurant. Great food there. I'll have to take it there, Stephen. You'll love the food there. I won't say more about it. It'll be my treat.
Okay. I never knock back. I never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Never look. You can call me anything else. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Personally, I never found the free food I didn't like.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud to take a free meal.
But there's a lot of new what they call restaurants and barbecue places on this part of the road here. We're about maybe 20 minutes from home now, at this speed. There's a lot of new stuff popping up out here.
Very comforting too when you start to get into your area where you know everything a bit better.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just hope they don't ruin it over the next 5 years.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, depends. You know, like 30 years ago, you were hoping that all that would stay the same, but change is inevitable. You know.
Yeah, I just hope they don't become too much like the West.
Yeah, well, I think that bus has left the station. Unfortunately, it's just a matter of how fast now. You know, and it's more salient as you get into the central parts of Bangkok. But these areas are not catering so much for tourists directly. Maybe indirectly they send shit to the central, but this is real Thailand where it's all low-lying. The houses are not very tall. There's no high-rises here. It's and anything they do have, you'll find there's a lot of foreign help with it. I'm pretty sure it's correct in saying that, like even the telephone light poles there, I think Australia helped out there a lot. Or I might be getting it mixed up with Vietnam. You'll find a lot of the bridges, and they've needed a lot of foreign expertise to come in. German, the BTS, and all these things. They've needed a lot of help. Otherwise, they wouldn't be as developed as they are now, I don't think. And then you've got all the foreign cars coming in. So it's foreign influence. I don't know whether they would have reached this on their own.
No, I don't think so.
Whereas South Korea would have,
Yeah.
South Korea would and did and have.
Yeah, but I like the idea that they protect the jobs for the Thai people. And,
Yes, I mean...
I don't want to work in Thailand. I want to enjoy Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I tend to agree with that. I mean, I don't mind it being an insular society, a closed society. I don't mind that. What I do mind is when it does get overly too much them and us mentality. Sometimes when you're living there, you like to feel that you're included at some level. It can get a bit lonely. You're isolated by language and you're isolated by the culture, and that can be a lot to bear sometimes, unless you have a Thai partner, a Thai family, or you have other things to do to distract you from it, because it is a very closed society. Yes, they are friendly, but it's only in certain contexts. There's nothing, we all need something more substantial than that, and I think that's the only thing that sometimes affects me when I'm in Thailand. I don't know about other people.
So we're now coming into Om Yai. This is the next, town past, or the next Amphor past Nong Kem, which is where I live. So it's Om Yai. But notice how the cloud cover's coming in. It's starting to look a bit on the grey side. I can see the rain coming on. Am I going to make it home before the rain starts?
Mana says, Stephen Monash, that's not true. I'm your sub too. And I said, thanks, Mana. My shout for pizza. Well, it must be up to 10 now. I'll have to go and check later. Look, a lot of people ask me, do I want to start my own channel? And it is tempting when you see other vloggers like Warren, so many people. But I just don't think I have that personality. I'm pretty brave behind the camera, but I'm not so brave on the camera.
And again, it's going to come down to what are you going to do when you come to live here? What are you going to do?
Well, I would like to do something to just keep me busy. We've discussed in private.
Yeah.
I think I'll be okay financially. But it's not really the money anymore for me. It is, but it's not. I'm not living like a superstar, but I'll have enough financially. But I think for me, it's more about keeping busy, because as I alluded to before, it can get very lonely. There's no family there. I don't want to go down the track of being one of those guys that sits in a bar in Pattaya or Phuket. That's why I'm leaving Australia, because I want to get away from that. At the same time, getting away, there's a cost to pay, or a price to pay, and that price is loneliness and isolation.
Yeah.
And that's language, and it's culture, and it's real. If you haven't been living at least 5 years in Thailand like I have, or even 3 or more, away from home, I was working there at least, so I was living and working, so I was able to sustain it somewhat. But I always found very difficult to make relationships with other teachers, very difficult to build genuine friendships. There were a few people that befriended me, Thai teachers, but they tended to be women. Very, very hard to have a friendship with a male
just
Thai.
hold on. Just on the side, on the right-hand side, this big C here. This is Big C Om Yai. This is where Chanya, after she finished her study, this is where she first started cutting. Is Big C Om Yai. This is where Chai and Nan started their first shop. They now have 3 shops. So they're doing really well now. But again, I think we talked about, they're doing men's hair, so it's a churn of a business. So they've got the shop there, they've got the shop
right there, Big C, yeah.
So that's how they got known.
Yai,
Om Yai. Oh no, Big C Om Yai. That's the Om Yai is a
What's the
suburb.
Om stand for?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
Big C Om Yai.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Big C Om Yai is the
Okay,
suburb.
interesting.
Um,
Well, that's the way they. That's interesting. So I say
just
that.
a little bit down from here, there's a couple of hotels which you can stay at. I think this is where we start to see some various hotel accommodation. But it's again the hotels are really more Thai. They're not for visiting tourists. This is now we're getting into suburbia of Bangkok, and people come and
Where
stay.
Warren's going to stick me, everybody. He's going to stick me in one of these.
Well, we got something lined. Got to go and just check out pricing and if they will take foreigners. That's all.
I said to Warren, could I stay at your house? He said, no. There's lots of places we can stick you, Stephen. So he's going to stick me out in some isolated area out in the bloody jungle somewhere. I don't know where he's going to put me.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm still going to be lonely.
Bangkay ahead. There we go.
If I get too lonely, what I do is I run into 7-Eleven or I go to Big C. That always makes me feel a
And
bit
just at the top of the crest of this bridge here, this is the school that she went to on the left-hand side. You probably can't see it, but there's a hair cutting school just here. That's where she did her schooling for 2 years. And this is the hospital that I went to when I had my kidney stone. The Makachai song.
They let you keep the kidney stone?
I pissed that one out, mate. I didn't keep it.
They used to usually give it to you in a jar and ask you if you want to take it home.
No, you have to piss it out. You have to catch. If you want to, have to catch it. You have to reach down to the toilet and get it yourself.
I remember you had that. What causes it? What causes a kidney stone? I should know.
Just diet and dehydration.
Okay, now I'm going to go and drink. Sorry, I swear again. I'm going to go out and drink heaps of water.
Sodium.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Coffee.
Sorry,
all those kind of things can create kidney stone.
I've just deleted somebody by accident. I only trying to highlight it so I could see the comment, and I hit the wrong button.
Did you? Is it?
So sorry, cold-blooded chiller. Luckily he's a chiller, not a killer.
He's asking pizza. He's asking mana for pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an accident. I was trying to see because he wrote it in a type, and I was trying to see it.
Yeah.
So I changed it back and I hit the wrong button. Sorry, but he should be okay.
He's all
He's
good.
a cold-blooded chiller. He's not a cold-blooded killer, so I should be okay.
Yeah, I want to start
Accident.
writing when I retire. So at least that's my plan.
Yeah. I didn't mean to delete him, Mana. I just he's fine. Yeah, I didn't mind that. Oh yeah, I'll just put CC. There you go. I've apologised. I haven't. Oh no, did I delete him from the channel? No, just
just that message.
He'll be back in 300 seconds. Come back with a foul mouth comment.
No, you only just muted the thing. You didn't mute
That's
him.
okay.
He can still talk. That's all right. So we're getting more car spaces. We got McDonald's on the left here. That was our well, it wasn't actually the closest McDonald's, but it's the one you tended to want to go to because the other McDonald's is on the other side of our house and there's more traffic. So this one was easy to get to if you wanted to go to McDonald's.
I don't like McDonald's anymore, do you?
No, because I got Burger King just around the corner. Burger King's,
No, I've gone off McDonald's.
Burger
I really
King's
have.
more expensive, but I think the burgers are better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Actually, I think McDonald's in Thailand is better than in Australia, to be honest, because the one in Australia is shocking.
I don't know. Did you see the photos yesterday from the meetup? We went to where is it? Where's my phone? Come on, wake up, phone.
Yeah, they have an upstairs and downstairs and all that. So they do it better in Thailand, I think.
So,
I always say the thing that attracts me to Thailand is the service.
So where were we? What was the place? It was Aldo's or something like that. Where is my profile?
Yeah, Burger King's much better. Yeah, not that I go a lot, or maybe twice in my life. But oh shit, watch out for that.
Yeah, Arno's Steak and Burgers in the Emporium.
Okay, that sounds good.
210 baht. I said seriously, the bun was like the burger, like the shredded, the minced pork, the pork patty. It was like an inch. It was an inch thick, 25 millimeters thick. Seriously.
But
And it had lettuce and cheese and the typical burger, fries
very nice.
and a drink. 210 baht all up.
Burger King.
No, it wasn't Burger King. This was Arno's in the Emporium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in there.
I think Cheap Charlie visited there once.
Yeah, great burgers. I'm looking forward to go to
that's a
Arno's
good place.
again. That was a good burger, that one.
Yeah. McDonald's, but there was one good one. I'll give it to them. There was one good one that I went to in Pattaya.
Trying to race home before the rain starts. Now, just on the left here is the gym that I used to go to before I'm not there. I think it's the next one down.
Yeah, look, I'm going to pull you up on that, Jim. How much did you pay for the membership?
Well, this one here was quite inexpensive, but I just said it closes between 12 and midday and 3 p.m., which is when I'd prefer to go to the gym. So
Warren, you paid for that and you didn't go once, did you?
I went to the gym. I was religiously going every 4 days a week until I threw.
How long did you keep that up?
For
2 weeks.
3 months until I threw my back out. Okay, we're not going to see the
Okay.
gym. This bus is going to be a pain.
So how much was the fee for that gym for 1 year?
Oh no, it was month by month. It was 3,000 baht a month. Bloody.
That's expensive.
Yeah, I'm not going back to them. That's for certain.
I remember that. I do remember that. And I thought, gee, I thought I would have seen a few gym shots by now. Look, nothing.
Squeeze through behind the truck on the bus there.
Yeah, never join a gym, guys. You never keep it up. You never keep going.
Well, you probably would if you had somebody to egg you on.
I don't even think that works. You're either one who likes it or you don't.
Well, Tim's been doing regularly going down to his gym in his condo, and now we've got the rain starting. So the rain's just starting now.
Certainly don't want to get any bigger.
So it's a bit on the blurry, bit on the blurry side now. I'm more worried about getting water into my phone, because my phone's not waterproof.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about falling off. Just the phone. Okay, that's the main thing.
Skin rashes can be repaired. I have to buy a new phone.
Ziploc bag over the phone.
I do carry a plastic bag in my kit, but I'd have to stop and everything else.
Mana says 2011 floods were bad for us in Pattaya. Tesco Lotus ran out of water and diapers.
Mm.
I remember having to drive all the way to Sattahip to find diapers for our first daughter. 2014 was fun.
Jeez, yeah. I've got some. There's photos of the 2011 floods on my Flickr. You can flick through that if you want to have a look at what it was like around here. Yeah.
I don't think the drainage is very good in Thailand.
Well, that's basically we're all sea level. We're only 4 foot above sea level here. 5 foot above sea level.
And that's the key issue there.
It all has to be pumped. There is no natural flow. Everything has to be pumped.
Yeah, it sounds silly to say that building a whole lot of buildings and having all these cars and trucks is actually causing the place to sink, among other things.
Yeah, I know. The clay's drying out. Rongram 110. That's a place that is a Shibu restaurant there, but it didn't do too well. So I don't see that one open very often these days. It's still there, but I never see it open.
Yeah, the traffic's bumper to bumper, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a bit on the narrow side, just where we are, and I'm trying to get it moving so that I can get out of here, get out of the wet before it ruins my phone,
The Aussie guy, Durian Rider, he rides his push bike through all this crap.
Yeah. I'm just going to squeeze through there. I've only got a couple of inches either side of me there.
Don't do it, Warren. You won't get through there.
I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't go through that, did you?
I did, yes.
Oh, shit, we're off. God, what are you, some kind of nut? Is up there too? Oh, God, Warren. Gee, I'm not getting on the back with you. You're a bloody maniac. I'd be telling you to stop, seriously, to pull over, I'll walk. No, Warren, just pull over, I'm getting off. You wouldn't pull over though, would you?
No, that's it. I just start like we're going to get our.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
We're going to get out. We got to get out of the rain. You can walk, but I got to get out of the rain. I'm more into. This is Chanya Street, just here on the left. This is where the salon is.
I'd have to walk.
There's me cutting off the police officer there, but that's okay. He's cool,
Both going up in jail. It's all gone pear-shaped. Yes, Bangkok is sinking. Cod-blooded chiller. It's definitely sinking.
The local Isuzu there, and that's the back. This is the back street into my soy, down Soy 108. We can take the back street in there, but I was heading for the service station so I get undercover, so I could unplug the phone. That's why I didn't go to the back street, because that was going to take a little bit longer to get home than just the service station down here. If this bus would just get moving. And you want me to catch these buses? Look how slow they drive. Come on.
No, I don't want you to catch them. I just want you to take a mystery tour on
the mystery tour on the 81.
Yeah. Well, you can't read the signs, right? Well, I actually, when I was living there, I knew where certain buses went because I would take them every single day, and I knew where to stand to wait for them and then go back, right? But generally speaking, you haven't got a clue where any of these go, and so it has to be a mystery tour. Red bus, I think, is about 3 to 5 baht, and the yellow one's was in the back in the day. It's probably more now, 10 baht, but now it's probably 15 or 20. I don't know.
It's got air conditioning.
That had air conditioning, and then you've got your blue buses. Your red buses are your every stop, and your blue buses are your express. And from memory. And I think they might have introduced a few other.
There's our Burger
buses.
King. There's the Burger King there. Come on, just let me through. Let me through. I want to get out of the rain. Yeah.
That's how I travelled everywhere by bus.
Burger King. Burger
I was going
King.
to-
There we go. Stop into the cover and I can get all the...
Yeah, you got to stop. Yeah, get a Burger King. Got to get one of those.
I got to just get all the cameras off. Anyway, that was the ride. A lot of fun.
Nice ride.
2 hours and 48 minutes riding.
I think it was a nice ride.
Anyway.
And of course, you saw Snake Mountain and everything.
Yeah. Well, of course, if you want to see the Snake Mountain, you can actually check the Snake Mountain video. If you want to actually see the actual inside. Any stats on how far it's sinking? No, there's lots of estimates, but I think it's a few millimetre a year or something like that. It's not
Just
great.
Google it, cold-blooded chiller. It's very easy to find.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. There'll be several. Just Google that one. It's all out there. I've seen it before, but I can't remember.
Okay, Google.
Not
How far is Bangkok sinking every year?
2 inches, I think.
Here's a summary from the Bangkok Post. According to Anand Snidvangs of the Geoinformatics and Space Technology Development Agency is already lower than sea level, and the city sinking by 1 to 2 centimeters every year.
1 to 2 centimetres. I thought it was millimetres. It's 1 to 2 centimetres every year.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But, so I was saying inches. Yeah, but
You always got to get Google involved. Hello, Google. Now, what's the name?
hello, Google.
He can't hear you.
How big's my knob grown every year? There we go.
Same here about the friend problem, especially when done with the bar scene. Had some nice cafes, but then the dollars, yeah.
Yeah, it's true, Robert Burnett. It's true.
Yeah, so that's a type. There will be a ride video from this Sunday. So I've got some ride footage from last Sunday as well, but it's only a short ride last Sunday, so it's for you. So we will do that on a Monday night sometime.
Very good stream, Warren. Very good stream.
But I think we've had a bit of fun. I need to go and bathroom
We've got 28
break.
watching. Yeah, we've still got 28 watching, 28 thumbs up. So that's about as good as you're going to get. We had up to over 30 viewers.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
So
I'll see
it's
the
been a very
stats.
successful stream.
I'll see the stats soon enough. But yeah. So any quick questions before we get going?
Hear the song and get off.
Here's the bus on one wheel. It's the bus on one wheel. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Cue the song and get off. Yes, I think that's the thing. Let's go. I think people have got their lives to get back to. Thanks for joining us, Oggy. Thanks for joining us, Stephen. And thanks for joining us, Mana Mana. And who else is there? There's Joe Ford, who's now been made as a spanner guy. He's gonna fix the channel. Don't worry. Who else have we got? Andy Stubbs. Just watching all the moves scrolling back there. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you. Well, hopefully Monday night. I'm still that's two thoughts about whether you want to do the 2 a week. I'm running out of time to do everything these days. But yes, so we'll catch you Monday night, and we'll, I don't know, think of something to talk about. You're here to interact. So let's have some fun. I think it was a fun stream.
How long were we on for?
Well,
How long were we on for?
this is 3 hours and coming up 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ! Cue the song. Get off.
Cue the song and get off. Cue the song and turn the volume up.
Thanks, everybody. Bye bye. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, everybody. Where have we got there? Where's our ending screen? Okay, D3, troop. See you later, and we'll catch you next time.
All hands on deck. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey ho, hey ho. It's after work we go.
Oh no! What have I done? Get your bug bag, and hi ho, hi ho.
Da 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 da.
This is it, with it the heights, and oh what heights will hit. On with the show, this is it. Bye folks.